You are listening to the Savage FINcast, episode 86, Ribbed for Her Pleasure.
Chicago. A criminal mastermind called Overlord held our city in his terrifying grip. Ordinary cops were losing the battle against Overlord's super freaks and mutants. Then, a miracle happened. When I found him, he had no memory of his past. I helped him find an identity and a life. Now we have a fighting chance. Now we have the Dragon.
This is the Savage FINcast, the show that is actually reading a comic book while he says this. My name is Jim Purcell.
I'm Craig Olsen.
And I am also Craig Olsen in disguise. Happy Halloween.
All right.
Just kidding, I'm Raven Perez.
It is the eve of Hallows, ain't it? We're getting close.
Yeah, we're all
I'm
feeling spooky.
I haven't dressed up since I was 10, so it isn't really a holiday I celebrate.
10?
Now, I was the kid who handed out candy.
So, here's what you do. You dress up, you give out candy, and you still get to dress up and participate.
Well, you know what the problem is, Raven?
No.
I hate dressing up.
Oh.
I'm very self-conscious. I hate face paint, and I hate wearing anything that makes me stand out.
No. Well, a costume does that.
You could be a ninja.
Yeah.
No. See, that's no fun for me.
The last costume I wore probably was legitimately that Savage Dragon costume. I've had a lot of lame-ass costumes since. Oh, wait, no, I dressed up as female Rick Grimes. That was probably my last one. Never mind.
Female Rick Grimes.
Yeah, it was cheap. The costume was ripped open, and Spirit of Halloween, it was like $10. And I was like, okay. And the male Rick Grimes one was like $100. I was like, okay. Female Rick Grimes it is.
I just built my son a taco costume.
You made that?
Yeah.
That makes it even better, dude.
He just wanted to be a taco for whatever reason.
That's
6-year-olds,
hilarious.
you know? What do you want to be for Halloween? A taco.
What do you want to be what do you want to be when you grow up?
He wants to be an ice cream truck man.
You know what? Support that.
That's reasonable.
Those people seem happy. They seem happy.
Those good humor men.
I love it.
Ring-a-ding-a-ding.
Someday he could even be a Schwan man.
His sister'd be a doctor, and he'll be an ice cream man.
Big perm.
Well, we all make people happy in our own way.
All right, shall we get into it? We got an action-packed episode.
We got a bit of news to get through.
An all-action episode. We're going to keep it spooky, though. I think we should keep this Halloween vibe going. So instead of news, how about we have booze?
I boo that.
I'm
just going to drink some booze.
All right. Hey, whatever gets you through this.
Speaking of which, I forgot my drink. Oh, well.
Am I the only one sober during these?
Oh, I don't drink alcohol. I am a what's the word I'm looking for? Straight edge. No, wait, that's wrong. I'm square, Raven.
All right, me
You're
too.
a square edge?
Straight edge.
Squares have
You've never heard that term,
edges,
straight edge?
Of course.
Okay.
Minor threat.
Okay.
The booze, if you will, gentlemen. Let's start the booze.
All right. So, first on the booze. So, it looks like Erik is working on some ant pages. He posted on Facebook. What do you got to say about that?
Not so much working on, so much as he has them done, and he's had them done for a while. I think he's just polishing them off. Blowing the dust off.
He did post working on ant when I really need to be working on other stuff.
Well,
Right.
That could just mean dialoguing.
Oh.
I think he's drawing.
Jim got me.
Got him.
I think he's drawing, though.
I'm sure he's got some more drawing to do.
He posted
I'm just saying,
fast-
I suspect it's mostly ready to go. He's just got to assemble it and finish it.
Well, I mean, this is the project that's going on, how many years now?
Yeah.
Years and years.
Yeah. I mean,
he did post an awesome picture. It had a stack of look like finished pages without.
Right.
I mean, I guess the text will be digital, but I mean everything
art.
looked penciled and
He
inked.
posted the inked art.
Yeah.
You know the most mysterious thing about this photo of the inked art?
What's that?
Happy birthday, Jacob.
Was it scribbled on like the
Yeah.
back of a page or something?
Yeah, like all giant and stuff.
But it looks like Erik, what he posted, he kind of commented after the photo in the thread saying that his goal is to wrap up the original series that Mario Gully was working on because he's kind of a sucker for wanting to close things out.
Well, he said a million years ago that his intention was to put out an issue 12 to conclude the series.
Right.
And that's what this is that work that he's been doing all along
And
for
it's
that
gonna,
issue 12.
It's going to show up in the pages of Savage Dragon 250 is what he's saying. So looks like that's going to be one of the backups, if not the backup in 250, which would be a bridge, hopefully, to the new series.
Probably won't be the backup because that only covers about 40 pages of 100.
Still, though, think about how dope. If this is an issue's worth, that means that we're gonna get not just the standard like. Because what's funny is these anniversary size issues, regular listeners know, regular readers know, but if you're a new listener, Savage Dragon anniversary issues, these 100-page giant anniversary size issues that he does 100 pages worth of content. You always get a standard issue's worth, and then the filler is done in a variety of ways.
Right.
It could be a reprint of old material Erik had. It can be guest work, whatever. But what's cool about this Ant backup is if this truly is issue 12, then that means like we're getting like double the Erik Larsen issue in this issue.
Yep. 20 pages of Dragon, 20 pages of Ant.
That's sweet.
Yep.
That's sweet as hell.
I know. I think we're getting some more of those Flash Mercury shorts.
Yay.
Yep, confirmed.
Right?
Those are
Yeah,
like
that-
one-pagers, right? So there'll probably be like 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah, sprinkled throughout.
In the little preview we saw, they're playing video games. So already off to a good start.
Sweet.
I'm so hyped. So yeah, the hype train for 100 it's off the track already.
For 250.
250
100 pages.
100 pages. Yeah, you get me. Yeah, sorry.
All right, what do we got
So
next?
second bit of news is Marvel
Second bit of
Comics
booze.
solicited a series of hold on a second. Marvel Comics solicited a series of I guess they would be called The End one-shots where each issue is supposed to be like the last issue of a particular character or comic book. They've done them before in the past. There's like a pretty good Hulk one by Peter David that is pretty cool. But
That's the Maestro.
No, not the Maestro. It's not Future Imperfect. It's different.
Okay.
Yeah, but relevant to our discussion, Erik will be doing Captain America: The End, writing and drawing. And this is solicitation text reads: Steve Rogers fights for survival in a post-apocalyptic wasteland populated by hordes of red skulls. Legendary writer-artist Erik Larsen returns to Marvel for an oversized last tale of Simon and Kirby's American Hero. I was right. I called it. I was so certain it was Captain America.
I was definitely on that page, too.
Fit all the
I was
criteria.
totally behind you.
I mean, what can I say, fellas? I just fucking didn't think it'd be Captain America. Although I will say that I'm super pleased and happy with it, and I immediately can read between the lines, baby. A apocalyptic wasteland populated by hordes of red skulls. MAGA hats, baby. MAGA hat.
Yeah, okay.
MAGA hat.
We'll see what Erik can get away with at Marvel. But yeah, good point.
Shoving his politics down our throat.
But
I'm not buying any more of his stuff.
I can't believe that Erik Larsen shoves his politics down our throats. I can't wait. I can't wait for the anger.
we have seen a inked cover for this, where basically
Colored.
it is color. We see the
Colors hit Instagram.
we see a Cap jumping pose, and we see a horde of red skulls. So basically, everything it promises on the tin.
Yep.
I think this is an Erik Larsen match made in heaven. We know Eric's a huge Jack Kirby fan. And,
Well,
I mean,
I'm based on this where it says Simon and Kirby's American Hero. I've got a good feeling he's going to be channeling his inner Kirby and inner Joe Simon as hard as he possibly can.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And I'm sure absolutely everyone will hate it.
Oh yes, dude.
except for me, I will love it.
Well, not
Oh, I'm
us,
fucking so
obviously.
hyped.
Larson fans who know what Larson's about. I mean the normies.
I absolutely. I cannot wait to see. Just oh god, I know the reaction's going to just be. There's going to just be so much hate. Like as excited as I am for the issue, and I am. I actually like the other Larson Marvel stuff. Didn't really light my fire too much because it was like kind of like part of something or part of some other thing.
Well, technically, this is part of a thing too, but
it is, but it's also a standalone issue,
right? And
so
it's
I
a
get
whole
to-
issue.
Well, I get to pick it up and read it like as if it's like an issue of
like an animal.
Erik stuff. So I'm psyched. I can't wait. And oh Lord, I can't wait for the hate.
I can't wait for Raven to buy a Marvel comic.
Dude, I'm gonna catch so much hell when I check out.
Yeah.
When I
After
went
you
to the
blast corporate comics.
when I went to the comic store, the guy he gave me this thing, and he was like, he's like, "Hey man, I really think you'd like this book." And I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll give it a try." And so he gives me the book, and he's like, "Now I'm nervous."
What book?
No One Left to Fight.
Oh, holy fucking shit, dude! That book is my fucking jam.
Awesome.
Damn, now we have to make this podcast rated R with all those F.
It's okay. We already rated X.
Yes.
Rated X for Raven.
Yes. It's the only way I roll.
What's the name of this book?
No One Left to Fight. But the point of the story was that when he gave me the book, he was like, I was like, cool, dude, I'll
Did you hold it
gladly
out
try it.
far away and go, ew?
You're like, I'll gladly read it if it's not corporate.
Well, when I gave it to him, I was like, yeah, cool, dude, I'll give it a shot. And he goes, now I'm nervous. And I was like, why are you nervous? And he's like, because you're the guy who only reads all the weird comics, and I'm afraid that like you'll judge me if it's
Wait a minute.
That's a weird
You
thing.
live
That's
in-
a weird thing to say because No One Left to Fight's a weird comic.
But wait. It's weird because you live in Pittsburgh. And everyone knows there's weirdos that read weird comics in Pittsburgh.
Bro, you would
You
think.
can't be the only one.
You would think
How many
that,
weirdo creators come out of Pittsburgh?
dude. You would think like we got like the Pittsburgh comic crew here, and many other more underground, way more underground dudes. But like, I don't know. Like at my shop, they act like I'm. We'll see about this gentleman.
So you just throw the door open and walk in with a strut?
With my monocle, I adjust my monocle, and
Which way to the independent section?
may I'd like to peruse your finest independent pictograms.
It is I, Raven. I've arrived. No eye contact.
I'd like one issue of Captain America: The End.
This is standalone, isn't it?
So you didn't tell me how to go.
I haven't read it yet.
Fuck you.
It's on the read heap.
Fuck you.
I'm getting caught up. I got a read heap that's pretty big.
You
dude.
should have
I
read
gotta
that
cut-
in your fucking car.
I didn't. It's
We got Angry Jim tonight.
yeah.
Fucking
I-
angry because
drinking.
you finally get your hands on a comic I fucking care about and you didn't fucking read it. I'm angry. I'm angry at you, Raven.
Well, we do the FINcast together every month.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count. I'll read it for you this weekend.
That's all I can ask for.
All right, dude. No problem.
All right, calm down. Oof,
Well,
easy. Wow.
it was definitely a scary, spooky thing that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the ghost of Christmas future.
I like it. I kind of like
Pointing at your grave, Raven.
Badass.
I do like this.
This is Jim
This is good.
Purcell. This is
Evil
Savage
Jim.
FINcast, the podcast that bangs your girlfriend and makes you watch.
I'm Evil Jim.
I'm Evil Jim. I like Evil Jim. Yeah.
I do.
Stick around, guy. Hey, fella.
I guess I should have become Evil Jim for Halloween. But
Just
no,
become
I
Evil
just
Jim
stayed a
in
regular
life.
Jim all season.
Just become Evil Jim in life. I support that. You've been good long enough, dude.
Yeah.
You put in the
Too
hard
good.
work in the years.
It's time.
Nah, still square.
All right. What's our next bit of news?
Our next booze is the Savage Dragon 249 Solicitation. The calm before the storm. The countdown to Savage Dragon 250 continues as unbeknownst to Malcolm Dragon, his greatest foes have gathered in a spooky effort to eliminate him once and for all, and to take over the city of Toronto. A great jumping on point for boo readers from award-winning writer, artist Erik Larsen.
That's a very good Jim Sterling impression, Ariel Raven.
Thank you. And so the cover,
yes,
which is
we
lovely.
haven't recorded since the cover came out, so we should probably talk about this cover.
Yeah,
It's got my
249's
favorite
cover.
villain, Shotgun.
I know, dude.
Not
What is
dumpling?
up with the mystery villain Shotgun?
Oh, Eric already spoiled it. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't know. Don't tell me.
I'll guess, because there's only one it can be.
Is it?
Let's
it-
describe the cover to the audience.
All right, yeah, the cover. Okay, so the cover is clearly it's Malcolm, and he's being assaulted by the hands of what is clearly the next generation of the Vicious Circle. It's the kids. We haven't seen them in a long time.
Seen since.
Yes, thank you. You can
Click,
get,
click, 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 click.
yeah, since
Savage Dragon Wiki.
Yeah,
But we got
'cause it has
Inferno's
been a
kid.
while.
we got Inferno's kids, we got Dumplin' and Blossom, which
Just do a little search for dumpling, and that will tell you.
That'll narrow it down. You're right.
that's Dung's kids. We got Open Face's clone, and then we got Killraiser's son, and then that could only leave the Octopus's child.
Yes,
So,
you got
so
it.
that Shotgun is Octopus's kid?
Because apparently, I guess I forgot. I don't think he has any octopus powers. I think he's just a kid.
Really?
He
think.
didn't seem to have octopus coming out of his gut. He just looked like a guy.
Yeah, Eric said he, quote, has not much going on, end quote.
Maybe he's like super smart.
And that's just maybe he's a ninja. Maybe he is, quote, a surgeon with a shotgun.
His name is Waylon Whipple. And according to this, he has unknown powers.
Shotgun.
He wears
Shotgun.
a lot of baggy clothing, though, so you just
You'd
assume.
think there was something under the baggy clothes.
He's trying to throw us off.
Yeah.
Guys, what if he's got shotgun cock? Like that's his, like, you know, I'm just saying. Like, imagine, I was trying to think like wacky ways a shotgun could be part of your anatomy, and that's pretty much the wackiest.
So we have not seen these guys since issue 187.
He's like, shut up.
He's still good, Jim. Really. He's still good, Jim. Evil Jim would have jumped right in there. No, we haven't seen them in a while, and so I'm excited to catch up with them. Although Revenge, I sense what for what? Like he hasn't done shit
Well,
to them.
he threw them all into jail.
Oh, he did, right?
Yeah, he beat them up, and they went to jail, juvie hall, and now they're out. And they are now, I guess, quote unquote, his greatest foes because they're the only ones left alive.
I'm going to call it right now. I hope they kill one of his kids.
They're all going to die.
One of his
Even
kids.
Dumpling?
She might be more difficult to kill.
What if Malcolm the Murderer kills most of them?
Well, it's what he does.
Yeah. Accidentally kills most of them.
Quote unquote, accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we really call them his greatest foes?
No,
I'm
dude.
telling you, Eric did.
right, yeah. No, but they certainly aren't. They've had very little interaction at this point.
But they might be his most reoccurring foes. Like,
they are, I think.
Two, which is impressive for them.
Twice. Yeah. Well, certainly they're the ones that they are the coolest like collection of visuals, like united. They're like the most united collection of visual. Like, other than if Curmudgeon shows up a second time, he will be a recurring guy. But they're the coolest visual like collection of enemies he has. Like that's it, right?
I think
Dart.
that's a little generous.
Dart.
Dart is definitely.
Dart is definitely his most recurring foe.
Yes.
Yeah, there you
currently,
go.
yes.
Dart is his greatest foe, like without a question.
and maybe the Chain Man.
No, He's the coolest visual.
No.
No.
Yeah.
And then,
unfortunately,
I guess
Fountainhead.
Fountainhead was. You know what? Bring back Fountainhead. Hashtag
Laser eyes.
Hashtag laser face.
Bring back old laser eyes.
Laser face. Fountainhead.
Sorry for the new listeners out there.
Yeah, that's a callback to it. That's a deep cut callback joke.
It was a different time.
Me and Jim fucked up bad and called a guy that is named Fountainhead that shoots water out of his face.
I just thought he was really in Ayn Rand.
I thought he was down. I thought it was like a lot of lasers, like a fountain of like a, whatever. Fucking 250 also posted, by the way.
I just thought he was an objectivist who shot lasers out of his face.
Libertarian laser face.
That's a better name.
Libertarian laser face. Now who's shoving their politics down our throats, Craigery?
I am.
Evil Craig. You're pretty much always evil, Craig, so it's okay.
I try. I don't try. It just comes out naturally.
Yeah. If you try, it doesn't work.
Effortless.
If you just 250, its cover also debuted. I don't have the spooky copy for it, so just please be, full of fear and terror.
I don't think there's any copy for it yet.
No, not yet.
I'm pretty sure it's just brutal.
So let me paint you a word picture, dear listener. What we have is an homage to miniseries cover issue 1, and it's pretty sweet.
I mean, it is sweet.
It is.
Think it's a little plain.
You know what, though, Jim? What else would it be?
Oh, anything else? I don't know. Seems like the kind of cover you use when you're trying to hide something.
Oh, so you're thinking it's like a false solicit?
No. I mean, it's the kind of thing that something incredible in the book is going to happen.
You don't want to give out too much
about what's in the book. Or maybe Eric has no idea what he's doing yet, so we'll just throw this out there until he can figure it out. I mean, that's always a possibility.
Or, you butthole, maybe.
I didn't say it as a negative. I've just said it as a fact.
I'm saying
you butthole.
Try this on for size. Maybe among the many amazing Dragon covers, that is certainly an iconic and often homaged cover.
It is.
And so for the nice round number 250, it is something that is a obvious eye catcher. Even fans who are not Savage Dragon readers probably know that pose. So
True.
What about that?
And a big FU to people who think Eric's older art looks better.
Because holy shit, put them side by side.
He's gotten so much
Look
better.
at that knee. Look at that fucking knee.
Look at those fists. A lot of people said the fists have dumbed down. Mark Welser, I'm talking to you, dear listener. Mark just ran his car into an off the road. I'm just saying, I don't think that the new fists are bad compared to the old fists. I like those meaty fists.
Those big Twinkie fingers.
Huge. They got the bigness. I get it that he doesn't have the bony, sharp, like, knuckles. But, brother, those are still some sweet-ass, baller, huge fists. I love it. And also, too, the value, if you, like, just basically at a distance. Like, if you squint, the image with more black on it is going to have more of a finished look. And that's called value. And fucking, the Malcolm pinup has way more value. Like, Eric uses way more black in his new, like, in his more, like, his modern style.
Oh, yeah.
Because the original Dragon had, like, razor-thin cross-hatching.
Neon.
Yeah,
green.
So the new, basically, I just think the new cover fucking owns over the old cover in every way.
Well, I mean, yeah, that Finn's right, for one.
Yeah. Yeah. It does it honestly bugs me that on that old cover that the Finn's not right.
I do think he should have did 250th anniversary special in the same crappy font as Intense Action from Erik Larsen.
I bet he tried, but he looked at it and said no.
No, I can't do that.
Cannot, won't do. We got the fuchsia back, though. Fuchsia's back.
My feedback was I would have loved to have seen the lightning powers represented on the cover.
Yeah.
Just like a crackle of electricity on his fists or something.
Yeah. Just a little something more.
Well, it's just, the thing is that when people, I've seen this so many times, when people look at Savage Dragon, they see Malcolm, they say, why is Savage Dragon drawn that way?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but,
read a book.
A really easy way to kind of drive home that he's, like, not the same guy show that electrical power. Like, have that crackle on him.
I think he should have gave him some like Chuck Taylors instead of the boots too. Maybe
Yeah,
switch it up a little.
the pants are kind of the same. I mean, it's the same. He's wearing the same outfit.
Yeah.
His dad did.
There's only so many ways to wear wife beater and blue jeans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dress shoes.
Would you say?
Tell you what, the Savage Dragon logo looks so much better.
A lot of people were, put them side by side. A lot of people were saying that the old logo is like a lot more narrow and tall because it is.
It is.
The image eye took up a lot of space in the old days.
And the "th" in front of Savage Dragon.
Yeah, get that out of here.
Get that out of there.
No,
Get out of here.
Get lost.
Get out of here.
We search engined it. Eric's search engined his own logo. The is an unnecessary word. We removed it.
I'm looking at the tweet that Eric said. Eric posted this tweet, I don't know how many, like a couple weeks ago. Or was it a week ago? The 17th. Mm-hmm. The first person to reply is Jim. That's the fuchsia I demand.
It is. I do crave it.
It's good. It was good. I think it adds to it.
Good stuff, my friends.
Yeah, I'm pleased, dude. I got a very unnerving, disturbing feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrified. Honestly, cold blood running down my spine.
What are you trying to say, Raven?
We're done with the news.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm trying to keep it spooky.
I was scared for a minute.
I'm not
So
a fan of big spoops.
Terrifying.
Shall we get into my
Yep. Do it.
spooky game?
Yes.
Blood curdling.
Get
So
my sound effects record.
I call this game Vicious Circle Rejects. So I'm gonna have
A.K.A. Johnny Redbeard's crew.
that, the Annihilators, who else? But here's a little game that we're gonna play where I'm gonna give you 5 different Vicious Circle character names.
All right.
And you're gonna tell me which one is the made up one.
The made-up one. Okay.
Love it.
So
How we buzzing
guys-
in? How we doing the buzzer?
we'll do the buzzer in.
We'll do it
You
in
text
Skype text.
Skype text. Whoever texts first, I'll announce. That person can give a guess. If they're wrong, it goes to the other person.
Wait a minute. Let me find my
So,
Skype text.
Raven, open up the Skype text. Type the letter X in so it's prepped, and just hold your finger on the enter key. So when you're ready to answer, well, don't type it, genius. Just prep it.
All right.
So we'll start with a little practice.
All right. Lay
Practice
it on us.
with your butter.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can buzz in at any time, but if you're wrong, be aware that the other person can steal your point.
Ooh.
Here we go. Screaming Lola, Melvin Mouse, Bradley Peckerwood,
I know that one's real.
Transparent Trish, Burnt. Who was that? Someone just
Me.
Raven?
Screaming Lola.
Wrong.
Fuck. Are you serious?
I was pretty sure she was real.
Yeah,
Jim.
Read them to me again, Craig.
I'm gonna read them over again.
Except Screaming Lola.
We got Screaming Lola, Melvin Mouse, Bradley Peckerwood, Transparent Trish, Burned Vern.
I'm going to say Mouse.
What? Melvin Mouse?
I knew Melvin Mouse was right.
Oh.
Burned Vern.
Damn it. Well,
So-
that was just a warm up, though, right? No points exchanged?
No points.
Ha! Well, I knew that. That was a joke.
All right, here we go.
All right.
The real stuff.
All right.
Number 1. Walleye. Hell Eyes. Eyesore. Cross Eye. Evil Eye. Go ahead, Raven.
Cross eyes.
Wrong. Jim.
Read them back one more time.
Walleye. Hell Eyes. Eyesore.
Hell eyes.
Wrong.
Damn it.
Eyesore.
That's such a good one.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
Good. I'm
Number
glad you
2.
lost 2, though.
Number 2.
All right.
These are hard.
Yeah.
No shit.
No, but I love it. This is great, dude.
Gemhead, Hornhead, Techhead, Fathead, Deadhead.
Gemhead, Techhead.
Go ahead, Jim.
Deadhead.
You're right.
Oh,
Jim's got one.
Are you serious?
Sounded too plain to me.
Too plain. Did you hear that, Craig? Just not
Too
creative
plain.
enough.
Here we go. Number 3. Randy Ruthless, Indigo Hugh, Sam Hell, Ugly Johnny, Angry Ivan. Raven.
Ugly Johnny.
Wrong.
Read them back.
Jim. Randy Ruthless, Indigo Hugh, Sam Hell, Ugly Johnny, Angry Ivan.
What was the first one?
Randy Ruthless.
And the second one?
Indigo Hugh.
Indigo Hugh.
Sam. Wrong. Sam Hell.
What in the Sam hell? I can't even
Number 4. Blue Torch. Blue Broad. Blue Chunks. Blue Jim.
Blue Torch.
You got it.
Oh, what the fuck? Read the other ones, please.
Blue Torch, Blue Broad, Blue Chunks, Blue Dawn, Blueberry Surprise.
I can't believe Blueberry Surprise is a real person, but I feel like I used that in my game, didn't I?
I don't know.
I did. Anyway, keep going. Ugh.
Number 5. Big Fish, Killer Whale, Fish Face, Catfish Jackson, Fishbone Lou. Raven.
Catfish Jackson.
Wrong.
Damn it. Are you serious?
Jim. Big Fish, Killer Whale, Fish Face, Catfish Jackson, Fishbone Lou.
Fishbone Lou.
You got it. Damn, Raven, you getting smoked.
You know what? I don't know. I know Jim's strategy. He lets me buzz in and get one. I'm going to wait for you then, dude. Go
All
for
right,
it.
we're number 6. We got to 13. We'll go quick.
What?
Number 6. Larry Lucifer, Satin Satan, Devil Doll, Beelzebub, Devil Doug.
Devil Doll.
Was that Raven first? Raven, did you hit that?
That was
Or
Jim.
Jim, what do you got?
Devil Doll.
Nope.
Satin Satan.
Raven. Yes.
Ooh, suck it, Purcell.
3-1. All right, number 7. Kill Count, Killer Commando, Kill Zone, Baby Killer, Kill Blow. Was that Jim again or no?
I didn't hit anything.
Oh, all right.
He was waiting for me.
I'll
That's
read
your
it again.
strategy.
Read them again.
I figured it out. You
Kill
let me
count.
get one of them wrong so that you can have a closer shot.
Kill Count, Killer Commando, Kill Zone, Baby Killer, Kill Blow. Jim.
Kill Blow.
I got it.
What was it?
Kill Blow.
Nope. Raven.
Killer Baby.
That's not even one. Baby Killer?
Baby
No.
Killer.
Kill Count. All right, 8. Carcass, Dead Guy, Deceased, Deathface, Flatline.
Deceased.
Raven, you got it.
Yes!
Yeah, but you didn't
3-2.
buzz in.
I did
You
buzz
did.
in. Ooh. I'm coming back.
All right, here we go. Number 9. Bug, Bugman, Glowbug, Bug Guy, Jim.
Bugman.
Bugman, you got it.
Fuck.
I know all the Bugmans.
4-2.
Stanley.
All right. We're almost at the end. Number 10. Rat Bastard, Shaggy Mane, Bare Hands, Mastodon, Main Man. Oh, Raven.
Main man.
Nope.
Fuck.
Read them back.
Rat Bastard, Shaggy Mane, Bare Hands, Mastodon, Main Man.
One more time.
Rat Bastard, Shaggy Mane.
Shaggy Mane.
Bear. Wrong. Mastodon.
Damn it, that was my next pick. Keep going.
All right, number 11. Waylon Whipple, Johnny Nitro, Savage Andy, Skinhead Pete, Sid Hideous. Oh, who was that?
Me.
Raven, go ahead.
Savage Andy.
Wrong.
Fuck! Are you fucking kidding me?
Waylon Whipple, Johnny Nitro, Savage Andy, Skinhead Pete, Sid Hideous.
This is Johnny Nitro.
No,
He's real.
Skinhead Pete.
He's real. I remember Johnny Nitro. Skinhead Pete was fake?
Last 2, yep. Chrome Dome, Human Sparkler, Roy Robot, Download. Who was that? Raven?
Me. It's Human Sparkler.
Wrong.
Damn you!
Why would you think that's not real?
Because it's ridiculous.
Chrome Dome, Human Sparkler, Roy Robot, Download, Modem Pole.
Modem pole.
God damn it. If I'd heard modem
Dude.
pole, I would have known.
Jim won, but we'll do this last one just for fun.
Yeah, because you worked on it.
Raw Dog, Foreskin, Raging Woody, Flesh Blight, Climax. Jim?
All right, so I know Raging Woody's real. So it's got to be... what was the first one?
I can't go through it. You buzzed.
Okay, Raw Dog.
Wrong. Raven.
Please repeat them.
Raw Dog, Foreskin, Raging Woody, Flesh Blight, Climax.
Foreskin.
You got it. I knew Raven would get that.
I
You
knew it.
perv.
Wait. I got it. That's why I thought it was real.
Tales
The guy
my
created
dick.
Afterbirth. I believe he created a character called Foreskin.
I remember
could've
Flesh
believed
Blight because we made
Flesh
Flesh Blight. I remember that.
So, Jim, you win 5-3.
By default.
And you get a power over Raven.
He won't use it because he's
Did we
good.
used to
Jim.
do that?
Yeah,
we did.
we
Yeah,
did.
I love that. I loved it, but he never used it. He was good, Jim. You had the power. Powers would be like you could say like,
Do
You
what?
can make us shut up.
yeah, you could be like, wait a minute, you're wrong, and the other person just has to shut up and take it or
Yeah,
something.
but that's
like
not good content.
that. I like
We're
it.
making
man. It's like-
entertainment here.
no, that's fun.
Make it cluck like a chicken. Cluck like a chicken for me, Raven.
Right now,
Yes, now.
Yes.
Power
Yep,
invoked.
do it.
Cluck like a chicken.
Louder.
Yeah, louder, Carmelo.
Like you're laying an egg. All right.
that's gonna pop. You want to talk about a pop filter?
Yeah.
You got me making goddamn chicken noises. It's gonna be horrible, dude. Sorry for everyone in their car. Well, that was a
You
good
should be
game.
sorry to me in the future when I'm listening to this again in the car. And
Sorry,
like, damn,
future Craig.
That Craig's got a sweet, sweet voice, and then you ruin it with the.
Not Paul. Paul.
Whatever, modem pole.
You modem pole.
The same
Alright.
guy who had the creativity to make up modem pole couldn't do any better than Taco. I'm just saying. You could have made him like Taco Belmont or something, giving him a whip. Would've been great, dude. All right, I'm just being shitty. I'm just bitter because I lost. Wouldn't it be creepy if we had some fan mail?
I think it would just be nice if we had some.
We did. We got a little.
Yeah, should we go for it?
Yeah, the old Facebook group came through. Hey guys, my name's Raymond Cummings. Thank you, Raymond. Regular listener, all around decent fella. He says he's got some lists for us, and I think for just easiness sake, we should hit these one by one, real quick. But he says, number one, what do we think the future holds for Captain Tootsie? I feel like there's either some darkness to him we haven't seen, or that his persona, oblivious to aspects of modern culture, willing to lie, or at least not share the truth about certain things, will have some bearing on his future or on the general storyline soon. So, gentlemen, your thoughts on Captain Tootsie?
I'm of two thoughts about Captain Tootsie.
Lay it on us.
And it sort of depends on something I remember hearing vaguely that may have been a dream. For some reason, I think Erik said he's not in the habit of like changing or killing off the Golden Age characters that he's brought in.
Oh.
So my gut feeling is Captain Tootsie is Captain Tootsie. He's not going to do anything crazy with him.
Okay.
I feel. I was gonna say I feel the same.
Because I actually thought this issue he was going to die if anything was going to happen. But it didn't. So now I just kind of feel like, yeah, he's kind of one of those safe characters because Erik didn't create him. So Eric's not, Eric's doesn't usually kill off those kind of characters.
You want only? I'll just throw it in real quick, only because you are bringing it up.
Although I guess he did grind all the little wise guys in a garbage disposal.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe
yeah,
I'm wrong about that.
But Daredevil still lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will just add real quick. You had stated, just his actions in this issue. So I thought it was an interesting thing. Somebody with the Image DC crossover, we saw a little sneak preview for listeners who aren't really familiar with that.
Yeah.
Right, that there was teased and it fell apart, so it's not happening. But there was teased a Image Comics meets Image Comics meets DC crossover, where everybody was going to just be IP and IP mismatch, and Savage Dragon was going to be Shazam. And I, asked him on Twitter. I was like, "Yo, since it's fallen apart, can you kind of tell us like what you had in mind or what you were thinking?" And he said that he was mainly going to play with the violent nature of Savage Dragon and having Shazam, sort of react to that. Mm-hmm. Like how obviously Shazam's really a super clean and wholesome kind of a family book.
Well,
and obviously Savage Dragon isn't. And so what's funny is you get a tiny bit of that in 246. And so I feel like maybe Captain Tootsie's a vehicle for him to enjoy some of that a little bit.
Could be.
Yeah, because you get that same dynamic. Like Captain, it's very much in 246. It's like, holy cow, you guys, what? You're sick. And like, oh, Malcolm, what'd you do? You're a monster.
Who in suits?
Yeah. So I think, like, just for my money, it's kind of like it seems like maybe that's going to be... he didn't really do that with Daredevil, and he had the chance.
No, I mean, Daredevil, there was some stuff with Daredevil where Daredevil's, like, Golden Age sensibilities broke through, where he was reacting to various things because they were more violent or what have you.
Someone needs to have that meme where, like, it's like the girlfriend and the guy checking out the other girl, and it's like got to be Dragon with like Daredevil, like Malcolm Dragon with Daredevil on one side and Captain Tootsie on the other.
Well, that's the thing. Daredevil's more Dragon and Angel's friend.
Yeah,
and Tootsie's
or
Malcolm's
Erik Larsen.
friend.
Erik Larsen as the guy.
Yeah.
You're saying that Captain Tootsie is the girl in the red dress,
yes.
and Daredevil's the sperm
the old
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
That's great, dude. That sounds like a task for Mark Welser. Get on it, Mark. Or Scott James.
The listeners are like, who's this Mark Welser guy?
So,
Scott James, Mark Welser. One of you two draw that.
I guess for Captain Tootsie is my final thing. I think Captain Tootsie is just naive. It's not anything sinister, and that's his character.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's just naive.
All right, let's get to Raymond's second question.
Yes.
We got a lot to get through.
Yeah, we're going to blast on through these. Toronto, is it played out? Do we imagine that the storyline will shift somewhere else, i.e. to a new city or another dimension? I feel like it's time for a change of status quo.
I just want to point out, this is only issue 246. They've only been in Toronto since issue 226.
Wouldn't that be, though, roughly
It's only
like
been
2
20
years?
issues.
Yeah, basically like 2 years.
This is
So
basically nothing.
In 2 years, though, like, Raymond's tired. And, like, hey.
It's no different than Chicago for the last 20.
In a way, for me, Toronto's way more interesting. Because he makes an effort to put actual people, like, in the book. And
places, things.
Yeah. Yeah, Toronto, it's weird that Toronto in 2 years has felt more like a place than Chicago in like 17 or 18,
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
So, no, I don't think Toronto's played out yet. I think we're going to be here a while yet.
What about you, Craig?
Agreed.
And I am going to predict they don't just go back to Chicago as soon as Trump's out of office. I think they're going to stay there permanently.
I got to tell you that if you move back to Chicago, it kind of puts things in a weird pinch. Because, like, what? Thunderhead and May are just going to move back now?
Right.
Like, Freak Force just going to
the kids are going to probably be in kindergarten by the time the opportunity comes to move back. You're not going to want to uproot them.
Not to mention, like, they'd be abandoning healthcare and all those benefits. You talk about, like, things for kids. They'd be abandoning all those things that are beneficial for the kids just to come home.
There's, like, a ton of reasons not to move back to the States.
Yeah. Like, a million.
Poutine is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get poutine anywhere. Well, anywhere within 50 miles of a cheese curd factory.
There's plentiful locations.
If it's not fresh, it ain't real.
Number 3. How would you feel if, out of nowhere, the book suddenly shifted perspective, a new character and storyline were introduced, and for 1 to 3 issues, we were away from Malcolm and his cast for a story that would eventually intersect with Malcolm and his cast? A classic Larsen curveball? The book needs a shakeup, in my view. Obviously, I miss Dart and Glum, but a threat with real impact on the story who isn't going to die in a few issues should be introduced, says Raymond. Guys?
I kind of feel like the Dimension X story was that, although not a complete break. We did spend a lot of time in Dimension X with Alex, Jennifer, and Angel.
Mm-hmm. And Erik has done that before. I mean, he had like 3 issues of like She-Dragon for a while. Remember that? Like back in
I think Raymond's asking more of a hard cut where we literally don't see Dragon and family for a couple of issues. I think that's too much.
But didn't that happen when the book changed titles after issue 50 when Dragon
when
died?
When Dragon,
and it was like She-Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon was dead though, so you know. But that's still not a removal from like the current situation because it's just She-Dragon's now in the Dragon role. So you know, the plot lines keep going. I think Raymond's more saying cut to something else entirely.
Yeah. That is definitely what he's saying.
I don't think you could do that and still call the book Savage Dragon.
I think that readers would not accept it.
Well, I mean, we'll put up with a lot, so.
I still don't think that if the book was still called Savage Dragon, but here's the thing: if it was 1 issue, it'd be easy to swallow.
Yeah, easy.
If it's 2 issues, that's a stretch, but people could go with it.
Malcolm comes back on the last page. That's fine.
Bingo. But you're going 3 issues, then you're talking basically a quarter of the issues for a year that don't have anything to do with Savage Dragon, and I think probably people would be negative about it. I don't know. So I actually think what he's saying could work for 1 issue for sure, easily. For 2 issues, maybe, like you said, Jimmy, Dragon shows up on the last page, then okay, it's a hook.
Like what if there was like a 3-issue Flash Mercury powerhouse arc? I mean, I think that would be questionable.
I personally would love it, but it'd be too much, I think, for most readers. As a guy who's making a comic right now, I can tell you that anytime you do something like different, like the longer you do it, the more everybody wonders when you're going to get back to your normal thing.
Right.
So you really don't want to stretch
people have been wondering that since Dragon died. Wop, 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 wop.
But basically, I don't know that shakeup is anything like Larsen would do. That almost seems kind of like stunty.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's like into it, kind of.
Like, what if he did a 3-issue Ant arc? I mean, I don't think that would go over super great.
I don't think it would either. I think like readers need Dragon or Malcolm.
Yeah, it'd be just weird
to be around. I don't know.
Yeah.
So at any rate, I don't know. I don't think that to not be negative. I don't think it's a bad idea, but I just don't think it would play. Is all. Number 4, a corollary to number 3, which I think has been discussed on the podcast before. What if this book just jumped 5 or 10 years in the future? Would that upset you, or would you welcome it, guys?
I would, like most things, I'd accept it, but I don't think it works for this book. 2 reasons. 1, Erik is pretty much against like aging up his child characters just for convenience. He wants to go the hard way because other comics don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, the real-time aspect, it would just bust that up, and you can't really. That's one of the core charms of the book.
Which I think is funny, because I think his original characters, before he is like self-published as a kid characters, he had them like grow super fast.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've been waiting. That's one of the very few things from his past that he has not like introduced or visited. And I've actually been waiting for that, for the kids to magically age. Would you guys reject that, or would you be into it?
I kind of would. Because I've seen it before, and I don't think it worked super great for Franklin Richards either.
Did he magically age?
They magically aged him into a teenager. They ran with that for a few years. Didn't really work out, so they de-aged him back to being a kid.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gross.
Wow, you guys don't know about this? This is like classic 90s Marvel.
No, dude.
Yeah,
No.
Teenage Franklin Richards was a whole thing for like a decade.
And then they made him a kid again.
Yep, and then brought his sister back from limbo.
Just kill him.
He has a sister?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She was stillborn because of a supervillain fight.
Oh God!
And so they went. So Dr. Doom went to hell to get her soul back.
Oh,
and now they got a daughter again.
Oh,
man, you guys gotta get up on your Marvel history.
That's trash. Is all.
Did Ghost Rider save her? The Punisher riding on the back of the motorcycle.
Yeah, that's trash tier. That is trash tier comics.
I don't make judgment calls.
I do, and that's trash tier. That's gross to the max, dude. It's so lame. Did
Morbius, the living vampire, save her?
I'm pretty sure it's just
Mephisto.
Johnny Blaze and
did Mephisto make the trade with Doom?
The Dark Avengers.
As far as time jumps, I'm at a disadvantage because I came out and asked Eric point blank, and he said he would never do it because it would destroy the advantages that real time gives him.
Yep.
And so,
and also, how do you predict 10 years in the future? You get all the technology wrong, you look like a fool.
Bingo. Yeah, bingo. Yeah. It messes up everything. Politics.
The cars in Savage Dragon still look like
they still look like, but they fly now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that'd be bad.
Moving right along, number 6.
Right.
6. Sorry,
no, 5.
I'm keeping it spooky.
Let's skip it and get it. There's a lot to go through. Let's just skip to 6.
Are you sure? Number 555. I've expressed this to you before, I believe, but I just missed this book being a jumble, chaotic, unexplainable. I'll follow it to the end, but my feeling is that we've been in a holding pattern of some sort for a while now, with some mild thrills and very dark detours now and again. Perhaps Eric is building towards something larger that in retrospect we didn't see coming. That's not really a question, honestly, but maybe a discussion point you fine gentlemen. And he does have a number 6. So,
yeah.
Do you guys feel like going into that?
Well, I think the book is as chaotic as it ever has been. I think the idea that it's in a quote unquote holding pattern. I think the book is what it is right now because it's been like this for a while. It's almost what I would call a slice of life now.
Yeah,
and it's literally every issue is a day in the life of Malcolm and his crazy life. And
1 month has passed.
There aren't villains in the background with some grand scheme. It's just Malcolm dealing with this stuff as it comes, and that may not be for everybody. But I think, and I'll be honest, it's not totally for me either because I've been reading some of the older issues and some of the long, like build-up stuff, arcs and stuff. They're some of the most classic runs of Savage Dragon.
And that's what I've been saying for a while. I miss that.
But I think if you look at the book as that kind of day in the life sort of thing, it makes more sense.
You know what
he's writing for the single issue stories, and I just feel that's what he wants to do, and that's how it's going to be for a while.
That's what I realized. Like especially, it's weird. This is almost like a jump ahead to our 246 review, but I just realized with like reading this, I was like, you know what? I didn't realize that we were in an era, but we are in an era.
We are in an era.
We are in an era of the standalone, self-contained issue.
And we've almost been in this era since like issue 200. Maybe even as far back as 175.
And you know what?
After the Emperor Curse stuff.
Here's the thing and it might not even be an era. I mean, artists change, creators change, and what's funny is that, like, and it really hit home, I know you're going to laugh, but when we were interviewing Michel Fife, creator of Copra, he said something that I don't know, it's so stupid that, like, sometimes people say something, it hits your brain, you're like, oh, yeah. But we were talking about movie and TV and video games, and he said, yeah, but he's done all that. And I was like, oh, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, Eric has had a cartoon, and he's had video games and movies, and so it's funny because we're like all pining away for like story arcs and long format and shit, and it's like he's done that.
Yeah,
and he really hasn't really done this self-contained thing that he's doing now, where there's like almost like every single issue is just on its own, and you don't really ever get arcs or whatever else. And I do miss it, but I'm okay. I'm still reading the book. I'm still entertained. And maybe he'll get tired of this and he'll get back into some arcs or whatever else. But it's funny because it just dawned on me, like, oh shit, like this is the self-contained era. So
yeah, I will say I miss callbacks and stuff that reward the long-time readers. Like, there's less and less of that. And I'll talk about it more when we have the review, because I have a few points to make there, or I'll just totally forget and never mention it. Like
I'll make sure you bring
happens.
it up, because I am interested to hear your thoughts on that.
right.
Moving along then, 666 to wrap it up. One more thought. Maybe if this series has had a theme for the last 20 to 30 issues, it's been domesticity, parenthood, routine, life as blandness, with, of course, the comic book insanity that one expects from Savage Dragon. What I'm saying, I guess, is that something is needed to upset the balance somewhat.
And I think we covered that, because, it is about, the comic right now is about Malcolm and Maxine trying to be parents in this crazy fucking world with these crazy fucking kids. And that's what the book's about right now.
Yeah. It's about having a baby that can electrocute you to death. What do you do?
It's about being young parents and how hard it is and how much harder it is when they have electricity powers.
Yeah. And I don't know. For readers, I do sympathize for readers that, like, they want to shake up. Like, this is not, like, really killing them. But you want to know what's funny is, I will say this. I'll just say this. If you need a light at the end of the tunnel, like if this is not like a high point for you in the series, we've all been there. Savage Dragon is any long format work has ups and downs for you. And I was not a huge fan of the family friendly era.
Boo, Raven. Boo.
I know, sorry, dude. Sorry.
I wasn't a fan of God being killed by jets.
That didn't bother me. I thought that was awesome. But
all God.
Yeah, but basically, like, I'm just saying, like, don't worry. Like, Erik gets bored quick. And he moves on.
If God was
he moves on.
and you know what? I think the ending of this issue might be that shift you're looking for.
Yeah.
Because I think this could have ramifications.
Yeah, so we'll roll right along through the rest of the... there's not much from here. It's all downhill. Raymond, thank you very much. I actually appreciate like a 6-question little series. So thank you. And thanks for listening. And thanks
man, that was well thought out questions, and thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Next is Justin Silica. He says, is Thrack-a-Doom the greatest fight sound ever?
Nope.
Or, just as equally awesome, Maxine's squit sound is gross.
What did you think? What's your favorite, Craig?
Rappalorch.
I like the ever classic doom, doom, doom. Just
I also like the blam when it's like a million blams.
Oh, blam, 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 blam.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna think that I'm gonna say Brack-a-Badoom, right? But you thought
Brack-a-Doom.
I like split.
Split? Oh, right, when people explode.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good
and
one.
Squit, I associate more with Dragon squishing the wicked worm guy.
Ah, yes. Same sound.
Little squit.
What was that? That was another good one though. Recently, wasn't it like Smop?
Yeah, Sput.
There was one. Yeah, it's just good one.
Isn't that when like the dragon guys explode when you get dragon blood and you just pop? You go sput.
Sput.
Or
Yeah.
Paff.
Yeah.
Paff. That's Dart's head exploding when Mako punched her in the face.
Paff. Yeah, that's a good like.
What color are Dart's eyes? Blue. One blue this way, one blue that way.
It's good. I like it.
Paff. Paff is an excellent one. I'm glad you brought that up. That brings me quite joy.
Paff. Thank you, Justin. Moving along, Matt Hickman says, do you think Erik's Marvel work will lead to a crossover?
No.
That was super creepy.
That was a top-notch laugh, dude.
Yeah.
Jim, what makes you so
Because
sure?
Marvel ain't got time for this shit.
Ooh.
Wow. Ooh.
I don't think Marvel's into that kind of stuff right now.
And we just lost a listener.
Yeah. Yeah. Well hold on, though. Hold on. Just hear me out, though.
DC's way more amicable these days, I'd say.
Hear
They're
me
doing
out,
crossovers all over the place.
I just think that there's still merit in that. Like, I still think that there's merit in... They clearly recognize there's merit in Erik's name.
Yeah, on their comics.
Yeah, but I'm saying a crossover.
We had an Invincible Spider-Man crossover.
That was a different era, Craig. That was pre-Disney.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that.
I still think that it could get people hyped.
I didn't think about that.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry.
And the fact that happened is actually incredible.
But do you know what did happen during...
Nope, shut it down. It's done. Nope. Jim's right.
I mean,
can't listen anymore.
The only crossover in like recent memory is that Attack on Titan one, and that was like
That's exactly
5
what I
years
was gonna
ago.
say.
And that was a weird tie-in thing that I don't even know how that came about.
Jim's right. This is Disney. This is corporate comics for you now.
But what
Mickey
I'm
Mouse
saying
is
is
on the
though
checks.
is that it's not necessarily a corporate thing because, like I said, DC is doing crossovers all over the place. They're crossing over Ninja Turtles and Black Hammer and whatever the hell you can get your hands on.
Evil Disney.
But Marvel just isn't. I just don't see it.
You want to know what's berserk?
I'm with Jim now on that. I didn't think about it that way.
What's really berserk is that Marvel has the ability to do a Marvel Universe crossover Star Wars.
Yeah, they
That'd be
have
horrible.
Well,
And they just won't.
They haven't done it yet.
I'm just saying, and they just won't.
That would ruin it.
I think the Mickey Mouse showed up on a Marvel cover for the first time ever in the last year. They've been really careful about cross contaminating.
Why are corporations that way?
I don't think it has to do with the corporation itself. Well,
No, but it does.
It's because they're compartmentalized. It's like how in comics you have different editors for like different books. Like you have the Superman editors and the Batman editors, and they tend to be their own things, and they don't cross over a lot because of that. Especially during certain, like during the '80s, they were really territorial. But now you're talking about the next level up with. But
they do though. Let me just explain real easy. Time Warner owns the Mortal Kombat studio, and Mortal Kombat has been like that studio has been like cashing in huge with cameos and crossovers in their fighting games. Yeah. So you had the Ninja Turtles show up.
Warner, like I said, Warner's way into it. Warner does crossovers all the time, but Disney doesn't.
Hold on though. Let's pump the brakes on that though. You know, Ed Boon got turned down on crossovers. He got he asked for characters that he knows Time Warner owns, and Time Warner's like, nah.
It also might be because of
Game Joker, right?
It might be because of prior licensing deals could also impact that sort of thing.
I'm just saying
they don't want to tarnish some characters. It's super gory.
I think it's more that they've got a licensing deal with somebody, and they're not allowed to use them themselves.
I just think that corporations, because you know what? Okay, if that doesn't sway you, Jim, even at Nintendo, even within Smash Brothers, they said they don't have carte blanche to use whatever character they want.
Well, of course not. Oh, even at Nintendo.
Even at Nintendo.
Well, they said Nintendo has marketing concerns. I mean, they're not going to throw in more like mother characters because
I think this is a thing corporations do, dude. I think corporations log down characters even within their own company. It's weird, but they do that.
And it's also, developers might have a say, too. That they might be able to say no.
This is out in the weeds. I don't think the listeners really care that much.
I don't know. I think it's fascinating, but I do think that you can only guess at this sort of thing. And all I know is that DC, Warner Brothers, is more likely to do intercompany crossovers right now than Disney is. And so, therefore, I don't see a Savage Dragon Spider-Man crossover in the cards anytime soon.
I agree. Jim, can you read Mark Welsh's question?
What's up with the Johnson twins?
What do you think?
I think not much else since last time.
I think there's something up with them.
I gotta say, there's something up. That has got to be a huge... Raymond, you were looking for a long format, like a spoiler shakeup. I think the shakeup's coming in the form of the ugly one.
Yeah. Next supervillain.
Yeah.
I think about as much as likely as a Marvel crossover with Savage Dragon.
Instead of Overlord, he's going to be Ugly Lord.
Yep. He'll get paffed very soon.
Nope. I think he might take over the book for 3 issues.
Ooh. And then the other, when it reunites, the good-looking twin brings it together and they fight. And become one dude!
One buff dude, like their daddy.
Beautiful. We just solved the Johnson twins. Thanks, Mark. It's spooky how easy that was to come up with when we really thought about it.
Agreed. Shall we go into our quick takes?
Those are yours.
I thought we had a FINteresting topic, didn't we?
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm jumping the gun.
You almost murdered a segment.
So what do you think? I mean, we're going to see Ant and 250. What else would you like to see in issue 250?
Brutal action.
Brutal action. You think we're going to get some alternate covers? I think we're going to get a blank cover.
Yeah, I think it's highly likely.
Because the last blank cover we had was the old
Oh,
logo.
I'm sure people will love paying $10 for the blank, though.
You know they do, though, Jim.
I know they do. That's why I said it.
Because the blank cover is a chance to have Eric draw on your book.
Well, not just Eric. It's anybody.
Yeah, but Eric.
Raven will draw some pornographic comics on the cover of your Savage Dragon.
Not for very much money either.
I bought 2 copies, or not 2. I bought a few copies of the blank covers of 225, and I intended to do something with it, and they're just sitting in that box. I was like, just got lazy, busy. I was like, fuck it. So we know there's no Crush Zone cover, since that was a one and done, like never happen again. Apparently that was just a joke and no more. So I'm going to wish for a dirty pinup inside the book. Like, kind of like
a threefold kind of...
No, well, that would be...
You open it up and it drops out like a Playboy?
That would be amazing. Of Maxine. On one side, and Angel on the other.
Sounds gratuitous.
I love that. Disgusting.
I thought that was like a groan of like ecstasy.
No. What's the opposite of that?
A groan of ecstasy. It just got creepy in a whole nother way.
Very good at that, Craig.
Craig O-Face.
I've done it a lot. Try.
This is off the rails. What? So, can we not talk about sex moans? Like, what do you guys want to see in 250?
Well,
legitimately.
Raven blush.
No jokes. 250, what are your desires? I want a sexy pinup, and I'm not joking.
Well,
I hope... Go ahead.
I was going to say I want another confrontation with Dart.
Oh, content. That's a good one.
Content, yes, content. I want content in my comic.
Right. But Dart's on the cover of the other one.
Yeah, she's getting this gang of children together to die, and then
I don't think Dart's...
she'll probably die.
Yeah, I don't think Dart's your 250. I think it's something else.
Oh.
Earl, I don't mean to shit on what you want. That's not the question.
That's not what I want. I don't want Dart to die, but I feel like Dart's going to die.
Well, what do you actually want, though? Like, what would you like to see, though?
Seeker Secrets?
No, not a joke. That's a joke. Not a joke.
Let's be real here, guys.
No, there's got to be an artist. There's got to be something more. There's got to be an artist you wish would do.
Oh, wait. You mean there's like backups and pinups and crap?
Literally, that's the way I interpreted the
maybe
topic.
Maybe some more.
Well, anything. I mean, what do you want to see?
Anything, Raven.
Oh, sorry.
All right, you don't have to try to control it, Raven.
I'm not particular, to be honest. I mean, I like what I prefer. I prefer my backups to have like relevancy to the comic. I don't like super random stuff.
Okay.
But if you're gonna get anything, I mean, like, actually, what was it? Am I thinking of? Oh, I can't remember. I still want. Okay. Here's my dream. I still want that alternate reality Paul Dragon issue 250 story where pretend Paul Dragon has been around this entire time and do a comic about him.
What?
Paul Dragon? A comic about Paul Dragon?
Yeah, back when they were doing the merge and the reality stuff, what I wanted was like for 225, I wanted a Paul Dragon story that acted like Paul Dragon was the main character for 225 issues.
Oh, that would be cool. I get what you mean. Kind of like Small Fin Dragon, like kind of like what would Eric do with Small Fin Dragon now?
What would he be at? What would he be like now? What would his status quo be?
Yeah, that's real interesting. That's a real good one. Way better than Sexy Pinup.
Short order cook.
Yeah, it's just a bum.
But it made more sense when they were doing the merge and reality stuff because he kind of ceased to exist at that point. Because that was the whole.
Well, it's just go ahead. No, I was just thinking of something else. I didn't.
No, I had nothing else.
I was gonna say it's 100-page comic.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pages, man.
Yeah.
Like, you got a full length, just say, like, just round, like, 20 pages. Ant 20 pages. That's only 40 pages right there.
Still 60 more
There's
pages.
so much, like, I
well,
can't imagine.
28
like,
because covers count.
Yeah, well, Frank Fosco, maybe we'll get, like, a Monster Squad with, like...
that'd be great.
More Monster Squad would be nice, yes.
I love it.
Yeah, Powerhouse, Fever, and Flash.
Yeah.
Or a follow-up with what Vanguard is up to.
Yeah.
What is Vanguard up to? That would be a good one to go. Well, yeah.
The SOS or Freak Force, where are they at?
Yeah, dude. I would love some SOS check-in.
Okay, now
I'm wondering
all right, I'll
if,
tell you what I want, which is not going to happen because it's not. Remember when we were doing the retro reviews on WildStar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Return of WildStar. Do a WildStar backup that's sort of like Al Gordon can like conclude it.
I would love
That'd
to
be
see
cool.
that.
That'd be
would
cool.
Be great.
That'd be very cool.
I think that remember they were for a while like they were teasing that maybe we get the Mighty Man one shot from Nikos and they're like, oh, maybe some Freak Force is coming.
That Freak Force series we were.
I'm wondering if he actually worked on any of that, and that might be part of the
that
backup.
might still be a thing. We don't know.
I would love that. Yeah.
More
to
Freak
see
Force
his-
by
saying,
Nikos
I
would
could
be
imagine
good.
that being used as a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that, dude. I would love to see what because that never did materialize. I even forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are good ones.
We got to
guys.
see more Super Patriot being the complete dipshit when it comes to
Crying.
Child raising.
Yeah, child raising. Yes.
Stop crying and be a man, little girl.
Stop crying and snap his neck.
Sometimes you need to
When they
kill
go
for
ragdoll,
America.
you know you did it right.
Pull yourself together.
Just because you see the light leave his eyes doesn't mean you did anything wrong.
There's no time for playing with dolls. We've got necks to snap.
You guys really brought some good ones, so I want to dig just a minute and try to come up with a better one. I don't want a Glum check-in.
No, I don't want to see
Nah,
Glum for
we're
200
good.
more issues.
No, but you know what I would really relish? It was kind of established that the multiverse isn't completely gone, which is
Oh,
what
no.
I
Well, as
thought.
soon as it merged, it started splitting again.
Yep. So I would really enjoy just a nod to the multiverse.
And actually, now that I think about it, I think it was only the universes that Dark Lord knew about, so ones that he existed in. So, the really radically different timelines were unaffected.
My brain hurts.
Oh, it's easy.
Well, that's it. I would just like a nod, any nod, whatever form that takes. It'd just be cool to see a nod to the multiverse.
Oh, yeah.
in some way.
And a follow-up to whoever's hand that was coming out of that grave. See, if we can't get Glum, I at least want that.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
For the listener, explain that.
Yes. Yeah. Jim.
Well, at the end of the Dimension X arc with where Jennifer died, they buried Jennifer, and then they went back to Earth, and then we see a scene where a hand comes up out of the grave. We don't know if it was Jennifer's hand or maybe it was a baby in her belly.
Could have been,
Could have been either.
because she did bone Michael Jackson, the
Right.
Malcolm clone, or not clone, the Malcolm from another dimension.
Time duplicate.
Yep. So it could be a dragon baby. We don't know. It could have been Jennifer's fucking zombie hand. We don't know. So could be anything.
Hey, guys, before we go to the next section, I do want to just real quick, 2 minutes. We forgot to mention Erik's work on Marvel Comics 1000, which was just a one-pager.
I thought you were going to talk
But
about
it was
that. I
fun.
thought you were going to talk about that in the quick takes.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Fucking up left and right.
I think we're basically done.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy with whatever's in 250.
Yep. But you guys did really good. I'm sorry that I only did sexy.
But what about
Pink, but-
you, listeners? What do you want to see in issue 250? You can, of course, email us at at savagefincast@gmail.com or leave us a message on our website, savagefincast.com, on this episode.
Yes, and even comment in the Facebook group when we link this episode. If you're listening to this and you are a member of the Savage Dragon Facebook fan group, please feel free to just post your comment right in the comments, and we would love
Or
to know.
on Twitter just look up Savage FINcast on Twitter.
True, we're on.
We make it easy for you. Just do it.
Yeah, no excuses.
Tell
We're on
us.
all your platforms.
We'll read off any crazy idea, no matter how I was gonna say racist, but that's a little too far.
Whoa.
Evil Jim has really dominated tonight.
Jeez.
I don't like ninjas. They're too Asian. Oh, Jim, stop.
Tacos.
Ugh. I like hot dogs and hamburgers, America.
Steaks.
An army of Red Skulls. What's wrong with that?
All right.
Now it's time for the
Craig,
creepy quick take.
You read some corporate comics recently.
I did, and I enjoyed them.
Boo.
So,
No, I'm joking.
Well, these particular comics, they have they're better because they were written by Erik himself.
Yes.
Which improves things greatly.
Dramatically.
When the creator gets control.
well, it is pretty exciting to see, Erik draw a few Marvel Comics issues. It's been a while, and so I feel like after the last, what do you call it, the Spider-Man animated movie,
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into Spider-Verse, Eric's page was featured right in the beginning. I felt like, and maybe it's just in my head, but I felt like after that came out, there was a big kind of excitement for some of the retro Spider-Man
It's
stuff.
almost like it was an 80th anniversary of some kind.
True.
But I just felt like there was kind of a little more of a reinterest in Erik Larsen's version of Spider-Man.
I don't think it was. Eric's Spider-Man is iconic, and he is definitely the go-to for the era because Todd ain't coming back. But I think it was just the anniversary, and Erik wanted to draw Spider-Man, and this was a good opportunity to do it. I don't think anybody went super out of their way to make this happen. I think it was just a good sequence of events.
I think, Jim, you might be underestimating how iconic his Spider-Man is. Only because I know that, Todd spaghetti webbing, whatever, but it's funny when you know to look for it how much you see Eric's Spider-Man everywhere. Cover the old Nintendo game, the Marvel check, at least...
Rip
at
Marvel
least,
check.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, at least, I think a lot of people associate Spider-Man with Eric's Spider-Man, and so I think it was a bigger deal probably than what you're thinking, maybe.
I mean, I wasn't a huge fan. When I think of that era, I put Todd and Erik and Bagley in the same bin. They're the three of them were the iconic Spider-Man of the era, and I just kind of treat them the same, to be honest.
Craig, opinions?
I stated mine, and Jim pooped all over.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
I guess I just don't find Spider-Man that exciting.
I'm a huge fan of Eric's Spider-Man. It's a lot of just nostalgia. I really got into comics hardcore based on Spider-Man in the 330s with Erik Larsen. It just sucked me in, so I have a soft spot for that, so I get excited anytime I see his pencils on Spider-Man again. Although I am more excited at this point in my life about Savage Dragon. I'd rather have Savage Dragon over Spider-Man. It's nice to see it.
How do I explain my scrub opinion here? During that period of time when I looked at a Spider-Man comic, they all looked the same to me. Even though 5 or 6 different people were drawing it over the time period.
Well, the funny thing for me is that most people were disappointed when Larsen took over for McFarlane, and I love Larsen's Spider-Man way more than McFarlane's, and I was super disappointed when Bagley took over for Larsen, whereas a lot of people like Bagley. So I don't know. I guess it just comes down to taste and when you started reading, and that maybe Larsen being kind of the guy that was really on it when I started. I thought the writing at that time for Spider-Man was top notch. Larsen's was every issue was a new, exciting, crazy looking character. It was just real good comics for somebody to start collecting. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you go back and read those issues 330 all the way to 350 whatever, the Larsen issues, and imagine it as a first time reader reading comics, they're just super fun, exciting, colorful. Spider-Man's just a fun character, and there's just so much going on, but you don't need to know like everything. Mm-hmm. It's just, for me, in the night, like, it was just perfect comics for me for like a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old.
When I think Spider-Man, I think of Alex Savuk and Don Hudson, because they were my first Spider-Man artists during Maximum Carnage. I don't know who they are.
You know what, though? I mean, it's funny, like, that touches just on what Craig said, is that, like, when you connect with a character, like, that makes a tremendous impression on you.
Oh, I can imagine.
And so, yeah, like...
Well, I'm a Fantastic Four fan, so I'm a massive Tom DeFalco fan. And Ron Frenz and, I forget his name. Hold on. Oh, Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan is, like, my definitive Fantastic Four artist. Of all people, because he was my Fantastic Four artist.
Right.
If you guys have any idea what I'm talking about.
No, I understand what you're saying.
People can Google it anyway. So, I mean, my thing is that, like, for me, of course, I'm, like, you know, not tremendous. I did actually thumb through these in the store, and they almost got me. They
look like Dragon. I mean, they read like Dragon. They're basically Dragon stories with Spider-Man in them.
It's just not enough content unlike the Captain America, which is a whole issue.
Oh yeah, they're just action scenes. Well,
so the Spider-Man going big is only 10 pages of Larson. There's a 10-page, I think, Jerry Conway, Mark Bagley story in there, and then another one with Todd Knock.
And to be fair, Knock and Bagley are pretty great. So if you're into them. Into Spider-Man, it's probably a good book, but
it's okay. I mean,
I'm a huge Tom Knock fan. I love his art.
I
Not
like
enough to buy a Spider-Man one shot, but
to be honest, I was hoping that to see somebody ink Larson, because we get all Larson pencils all the time in Savage Dragon. That almost. I like to see other people's kind of inks on his stuff just to see how it looks. I liked his Defenders, you know, and I was hoping, you know, on a Marvel comic where it's not on Eric's dime, that we would get to see somebody like ink over his stuff and just get just a different look at his stuff.
A lot of that happens in the anniversary issues, like 100. You know, the 100-page big ones. So, I mean, good news for you is that you'll probably be getting that. Listeners, if you're new, you know, if you get to 50, you'll get to see what Craig means. It's a rare treat. You don't get it often. Right. These days, anyway, you don't get it often.
So the going big issue, Spider-Man going big with Larson, it was fun, but it just wasn't enough. It was cool. I mean, you have to be kind of a diehard Larson fan to buy it. It's nothing world shattering, but it was fun to see him with another go around with Spider-Man. What kind of did bother me about it was that he made, like, Larson was one of the first guys to make, like, the Spider-Man squint, which kind of gives the character more, like, facial expressions, and they actually kind of took that in the movie and ran with it and actually made his eyes kind of mechanical, which I think is a smart move.
Yeah. Expressive.
Yeah, it's very expressive. I felt like he overdid it in this issue, which I didn't care for, but and then, I don't know, the villain, Nightshade, which is like some 70s villain.
Oh, she's cool. She's usually a Captain America villain, so it's kind of an interesting choice.
I would have rather seen, like, if Larson's coming back to do, like, a quick 10-page run, I would have liked to see more of a classic villain, but...
Well, say who you're thinking.
I don't know, anyone.
Who would have excited you?
This is probably a really skeevy thing to say, but I prefer the fact that it was a female character.
You skeevy?
So that, you know, Larson can show all of his chops.
I get what you're saying, actually, Jim. That's what's funny.
They could have brought back the Femme Fatales that showed up, his own, like, female villain group that he actually created in Spider-Man.
True, he could have used, like, Powerhouse or used, like, right, that was the Rapture-looking girl. They called her Powerhouse in Marvel.
Strong. With, like, the mechanical-looking dreads.
Or I guess, I bet a lot of people would prefer if he used Cardiac.
Yeah.
Cardiac.
Cardiac. That would have been cool. Anyway, should we move on to Marvel 1000?
Oh yeah, there also
like
just as a note, there was a big John Day in the
Yep.
Going Big one shot. So John Day is Marvel now. Of course, he was always in Spider-Man, right? He was always showing up.
You said John Day is Marvel now. Disney owns all freelance work owned by Disney.
Marvel 1000. Did you get that, Jim?
I read it. The page, the page in question.
Oh, right. It's a cool comic, but I just feel like one page. So basically, Marvel 1000, for listeners who don't know, it's, I don't know how many pages it is. 96 pages with 80 creative teams. So basically, it's one page each for a creative team to do something with a Marvel character.
Yep.
Larsen does Thing and Spider-Man versus Venom. It's one page, so it's really hard to, I don't know. It's a fun little jaunt, but it's just one page. So
how do I phrase this? I think it's a great idea. I think conceptually it was a great idea. I think execution was a little flaky just because there's so many of them. Even though what's his name? Who the lead writer on it was? It was
lead writer?
Yeah, there was a lead writer on it. I forget who it was. It's it doesn't matter. Point is, there was a storyline that ran through the whole thing, not through every page, but through enough to create a narrative. Because every page was representing a debut or a moment or something. And if I remember correctly, the Larsen Spider-Man page was Venom. I can't remember. Maybe, I don't know if you've got the issue in front of you, because I don't.
I do.
It should say on the page what it's commemorating.
No, it's just 1992. Erik Larsen becomes
so
a regular.
So it's celebrating
writer,
himself. That sounds about right.
It was Venom
cool.
beating up Thing, right?
Yeah.
Or Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cool art, though. It was cool to see. Who's Ron Friends on Thor, which is awesome. Steve Rude on Captain America is awesome. Liefeld doing an X-Force page. I don't know. There's a lot of cool different artists on it, which was fun.
I mean,
it's kind of fun to glance through. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read every single page.
Right. and I think as a challenge for writers and artists, I think doing a one-page story is enough of a challenge to make it an interesting experiment. Whether or not it succeeds or not is another question. And I think it really depends on the creator. I mean, some people, they can't do it. That's not enough space to tell "quote unquote" a story. But I think Erik's is. I mean, I think he's got the chops, and he did it. He told an entire action scene in 3 panels.
Anything with 52 panels on one page, I'm just skipping.
Yeah, see, that's like somebody who doesn't know what they're doing.
Right. And it happens in that. So I don't know if it was a success, but whatever. I was kind of flipping through it and looking more at the art at that point.
Alan Moore says
because
if
I
you
just
can't
feel
write
like
a compelling story in 4 pages, you're not very good.
Right.
It's true that short stories are the hardest.
So, shall we move on then to the meat and potatoes?
Yes.
Wait a minute. You mean the remains and bones?
No, I mean the meat and potatoes.
All right. Well, Savage Dragon 246, dear listeners. The Scourge strikes out. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't think that's the title, Raven.
The Scourge strikes. Yeah. That's a ticket. Yeah. He strikes. Yeah. Not strikes out. My bad.
I can't stand how Larsen only draws guys flailing their fists around on the cover.
That comment. 2 guys punching at the same time. How?
What are you guys talking about?
We're making fun of people on the Facebook who were making comments about Savage Dragon and Erik Larsen on the new issue release because they are chumps.
Yeah. There were some real chumpy comments. One of them was like, 2 guys punching at the same time. How can that fight? Clearly, Malcolm is taking a punch in the face as he misses a swing. So it's kind of
not their fault. Comics don't look like this anymore.
Really?
Really?
I mean, it's a fight. Like it's a pretty basic. Like, Scourge is punching Malcolm in the face, and Malcolm's...
Every cover is like a portrait now. It's like a
You're not
family
wrong.
portrait.
I know exactly what you mean. You're not wrong.
Pinup covers.
Yes.
Yeah, that don't pertain to the interiors. Yeah, I get you.
Sorry.
I think this cover's fucking
we're
baller.
going real negative here. I know that isn't actually the case. There are a lot of great covers out there.
Yeah.
But I think dismissing this one because it's two guys hitting each other is like the dumbest thing I've read all day.
Yeah, and especially since this is a baller cover. Like, anytime you get the screen tone Starfield,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that, the way the city is like a perspective orb, it's just fucking great. This is a fucking great cover.
I love the glowy city, kind of how it fades into the darkness.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good, dude. This cover is... love it. And then we flip this bad boy open, and again, you're treated with just a fantastic visual of Scourge just blasting the shit off of that. Just the way the blast is flying off the page. Oh, it's so good, dude.
He's such a strange character.
He's weird as shit.
Yeah, he's got chainmail and he's got teeth.
And he's got, like, just raggedy boots and just torn up cape. But yet he's, like, a guy in there, supposedly.
There's a guy
right?
in there.
It's
There's
a
a
suit.
man in there.
He's got claws and sharp
He's
teeth.
a
And look at the
scientist.
hair. Like the hair on the arms.
The
And
hair
yet-
is prosthetic.
Yeah, he's got hairy arms, but is that his real
It's all
arms or
suit.
not?
That's what's wacky. That's what's so cool about Scourge.
See, it's unclear if he's like also genetically modified or if it's literally just a suit because it's unclear. Because I don't know.
Doesn't he get all the spittle on his teeth and stuff?
Yeah, the
What's that?
teeth, like, the teeth make spittle.
Don't you have a Halloween mask that makes spittle?
No?
Yes, my spittle mask.
You just load it up before you go out, and then it's really intimidating.
My favorite
I
candy.
inject the spittle juice on the side compartment.
My favorite candy, Spittles.
Feces pieces.
Gross, dude.
And
No,
Hoot
and then-
and Hoot and Zoots. Who else could it be?
And I love, I was going to say, like, the visual feast just fucking doesn't stop. Like, this scene of this double page spread of him blasting the shit out of Captain Tootsie.
I thought
He's
for sure
great.
Captain Tootsie was going to die here.
Yeah.
He was going
But his spaceship gets
He's gonna get-
shot up.
now that's all that dangling plot thread.
Yeah, the Rocketeer is gone,
No
dude.
more spaceship.
No space adventures, I guess.
Rest in peace, Rocketeer. We hardly knew ye.
Run for your lives.
It's good, though.
Scracka-baboosh.
I guess they were keeping it at the Gene Tech Laboratories, which I thought Scourge had already blown up. I guess they had other locations. So
Yeah, and is Captain Tootsie working for them now?
he seems to be, or at least he's consulting.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's-
they had his ship, so I guess maybe he was just involved with that.
Well, even though he plays down in this issue, like, he didn't build the ship, so he's not smart enough to have built a ship. But he was smart enough to fucking repair it, which is still pretty dang smart.
There's a lot of
So-
duct tape and bubble gum.
It's a lot of smarts.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, that would be a guy who is smart enough to, like, you know, repair alien technology and make it workable. That's pretty damn smart, dude. I mean, think how many people on Earth can work on space vessels, like here in the real world. Like, very little. So, yeah, Captain Tootsie would probably fit in well at a place like a genetic laboratory or something.
Working on space vessels.
Yeah. But it's good. This whole sequence is awesome. Like,
Gets his ass handed to him.
that's a hilarious exchange where he's like, now you
Now
face.
you face Captain Tootsie.
So what?
Thrak smacks him to a wall, and everything
And that's when I
piles
thought he
up on him.
died.
You thought he was
Yeah.
Thraka-doomed.
Scraboosh.
I love it,
He didn't
dude.
eat his
Skack,
Tootsie Roll in
skack.
time.
Farron
Rumpf.
Delgado lettering the shit out of this.
Yes, good stuff.
And for that, I will destroy
coloring.
you.
Yeah, so he's pissed off that, you know, his old gene tech business is screwing him.
Yeah, and for new listeners, basically that's his origin. Like, he was a kettlefish what is it?
Crawdad, Kettle Dad.
Crawdad kettlefish. But, like, he basically was the kooky founder of this genetic laboratory, and they sort of just voted him out of the company because nobody liked him. And he went nuts and built a super suit from his gene tech laboratories and destroyed the shit out of it. And so here we see him destroying the shit out of gene tech laboratories once more. Jump forward to the birthday party, Maxine's birthday.
So
fantastic.
I'm slightly
Maxine.
unclear about this.
Lay it on us.
Did she fart that cake out?
No, dude. She, like, blew it out.
Right, with a fart, right?
What?
She jumped up on the table and farted the candles out.
No.
Why is she on the table?
Because she's drunk.
She jumped on the table after.
Yeah. I like your version. Yeah, there would have been a sound effect, dude.
Nobody cares.
There's no way. Yeah, she farts on it and everyone still wants to eat the cake. No, but dude, red-faced, like
I
the
thought she
coloring.
jumped over the cake and like her breeze like put it out.
No, it's just she blew it out and then jumped on the table. Like, I assume that, like, she just blew it out. Like, see the lines? Like the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think she just blew it out.
Yeah, jumped up on the table and bowed.
I love that you think that she farted it out, though. That's fucking great. The coloring. I just want to take a moment to say there's some extra juice in the coloring this issue.
Yeah.
There is.
Yes.
There's what we call in the trade shading.
Rendering.
Rendering.
When
There's
it's
no
color, it's rendering. And it's beautiful. I love there's some rendering going on in Malcolm's face in the opposite page.
tones.
Oh, the top corner panel,
Yeah.
like right after Maxine crashes, like that sound effect.
Yeah.
That panel of his face is great.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, like cheekbones, shiny lips.
Well, I noticed that Maxine's flush in the second panel of the birthday party.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's kind of like nice. Like
So basically, we've been gotten used to like a lot of this being just flats, with just relying on the hatching and the shading to do the work.
Right.
But now it looks like there's more going on.
Yeah, well, that shot in the previous pages too, with Captain Tootsie getting smacked in that panel. That's some great coloring there.
Yeah. Like this whole issue, like visual feast, like soak it in, man. Even on Scourge's face, like just all the work that's gone into like the light from his blast, on the "I will destroy you" panel, like just there's so much good shit going on in this, dude. This is a good issue. Like as we go through, I'll try to point out that exemplary stuff. But yeah, man, there's good things. Maxine gets drunk and she's acting like a fool, and PJ shows up.
You notice though that she's getting wasted more and more often now.
Yes,
it's not just like the sex.
Probably an alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, it started maybe with the episode with the birthday party with Amy.
Yep.
And now it seems like that's her thing.
And the bad thing is that she still seems super duper promiscuous when she's drunk.
Yes, it seems almost only when she's drunk.
Yeah, bingo. And so, yeah, this has, like, you want to talk about, like, story ramifications. Like, I think that's the difference. Like, okay, so to touch back on, like, when Raymond was talking, he was like, oh, we're focused. Like, I think that's the thing. Like, there's your arc. Like, it's not about recurring villains at this point in time. It's, like, the growth and change in their life and relationship. Like, their relationship is really kind of, like, the forefront. And, like, that's not really good. What Maxine, how she's coping, that's not really good.
Right. What's up with the freak out? Or the PJ bringing the freak out?
To nullify the baby.
Take the lightning. Take the lightning out. Yeah.
But that's different from the blood.
Correct.
Yes.
For Maxine.
Yeah, the immortality blood was taken from PJ a long time ago. That's why he's able to age up. and he gave it to Maxine as a gift so she could have immortality. But the freak out is something freshly requested. He smuggled it into Canada as a birthday gift, and it is for the baby, we assume.
Yes.
Although, wouldn't the freak out nullify the immortality technically?
Yes.
So there's, that risk. But freak out current status is illegal in Canada.
No, it's illegal in Canada.
Well, that's what I said.
No, you said legal.
No, I said illegal.
All right, we'll play it back later.
Go ahead, listeners.
Liar.
Listeners,
Liar.
if I said
Liar.
illegal, hashtag Raven was right. But but at any rate, you notice old Malcolm, who promised to be a bit better behaved, also takes advantage of the situation, right there at the birthday party.
Smup, smup, smup.
So maybe things, this is not really the best development for Maxine and Malcolm.
I love that last panel, PJ, Angel, and Thunderhead. Is she always like this? Nah, sometimes she asks me to join them. Then Thunderhead is like, I thought we were going to eat cake.
No, that's not Thunderhead.
Oh, is it? Oh, no, it's the
It's
kid.
Jack.
Gotcha.
It is funnier to think of it as Thunderhead. It's like the fart cake. Like, it is funnier. Thunderhead. I thought we were going to eat cake.
Blobby Thunderhead in the background.
Wimpy, narrow, small shoulders Thunderhead.
Yeah. God damn.
I'm telling you, May, dude. May is bae.
He's always slouchy.
She keeps him...
Slouchy head.
Keeps him on a short leash. Captain Tootsie in the wreckage, dude, looking like a badass when he gets up. That's a pretty badass, line. I love, that's actually kind of cool for a not really, what you think cool character. He's like, where is he? He just flew away. He escaped. Oh, he flew away, but he didn't escape. I'm like, oh, dude, that's kind of cool. Captain Tootsie.
Yeah.
So, kind of a cool moment. Even Captain Tootsie can be a badass. Can we just stop? This is a Tootsie Roll mascot.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't know. It's good. And then what's cool is that, and it's funny because, again, I think the coloring is working its ass off here to really, it's cool. There's something just to flip the page in this sequence with PJ and
Kind of got the
Maxine.
watercolors look on these guys.
Well, I don't think it's watercolors. It looks like markers to me. It looks like Copex, if that means anything.
Yeah, the manga markers. I get
Yeah.
it. But, ironically, manga markers are well known for getting watercolor-like effects, so you're both right.
Okay.
You're both right, yeah. They blend, is the thing. You lay
Right.
down one and it blends in layers, so you're both right. Watercolors, Copics, it's the same kind of achievement. But, it's really pretty. It's really awesome. And we learn important, or do you not think it's important fact right here? Maxine's immortal.
Right.
She waited till her 25th birthday to take the immortality blood PJ had. Or not immortal. Immortal's wrong. For listeners,
No,
she
that's
can die.
accurate. Well, no,
She can die, but she'll never
can-
get older.
Yeah, she's ageless.
Ageless, right?
Young
right.
forever.
There you go.
She'll forever be a 90-pound lightweight.
Forever young. Forever young.
Unless all the half a dozen ways to depower yourself happen.
Well, in this world,
Okay, there's 3.
I was going to say, in this world being, timeless, it doesn't really buy you a lot of safety.
No, at all.
You can get fucking killed real easy in Savage Dragon. So,
Right.
it's cool that she'll always be this age, but, man, she's no safer.
I don't understand why she always wants to be that age, though, because Malcolm ages.
But
Yeah,
he'll be youngish for a long time.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at his dad. Until he got, the Chosen One powers sucked out of him, he could have passed for someone young and virile. You know what I mean? He didn't start looking all old and gritty and shitty until the end. Let's put it this way. Malcolm will look like an Adonis probably until he's 50 or 60.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Question, fellas. Would you take the blood?
Probably. If only because you can die. So if I decide to check out in a couple hundred years, it'd be fine.
Bingo, yes. Yeah, that's the answer.
You know, if it's the other kind of immortality where you're living through the heat death of the universe, not so much.
Yeah.
That's not good floating around in space for millions of years. That's a bad time.
Or thrown in a pit of, like, lava or acid, and you're just in there forever suffering. Yeah,
incinerated to ash, and then you just live as ash for the rest of time.
You guys put a lot of thought into
this. Immortality sucks, dude.
Yeah, immortality can be a curse.
Always wish for teleportation.
Well, dude, this timeless thing, that's the immortality you want. Because, like you said, if you just, like, want to get your ticket punched, you can.
Or worse, you get the immortality without the ageless part, and then you're just an old person forever.
Oh, fuck that.
Older and older and older.
No, dude. Until you're like Texas Chainsaw Massacre Grandpa.
Or older.
Ooh.
Before we leave that page, can I just say, I don't know why, but I really like the pattern thing on Maxine's shirt.
Yep.
Like kind of the circle pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice, kind of neat. And the coloring, dude. You want to talk about a page where the coloring is just kicking fucking ass. The panel of Malcolm and Tootsie at the top of the demonoid crater.
Yep.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like the sunset.
Yeah, you'd see it on the leaves and the trees.
I will say this. Erik, I assume, is still drawing twice up.
Maybe not. We
have confirmation these are some squiggle people.
We have a confirmation this was worked on in some tight conditions.
Oh, that might explain Tootsie's head here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool because I love Erik's squiggle people, but these are real squiggle people, or at least Tootsie is. Malcolm looks okay.
Yeah. We kind of have social media confirmation that this one was kind of like knocked out in fast fashion. Remember the quote, like, I could do an issue every week.
Yeah.
So he's like the dangerous thought of thinking you can actually do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this one was twice up. But at any rate, Tootsie and Malcolm, they track Scourge to the demonoid lair, which Malcolm
just
thinks...
tell the audience, just to let the audience know, so they don't think I'm as much of a dick as I always sound like. I'm not complaining that they're squiggle people. I'm saying I'm impressed that Erik can get so much out of so few lines.
Oh, listen, dude. Like, listeners. Yeah, he's not being a dickbag. Like, that's like some solid cartooning, because the more you can convey with minimal effort, the better. And this page of Malcolm and Tootsie in the demonoid crater, they're maybe the size of your thumb. And so to get that much personality out of a drawing that's that small, that's pretty good. Like,
with so few detail, you can totally tell Tootsie's holding like a remote in his hand.
Right.
And
on top of that, like, let's talk about, like, if you're just drawing like two guys staring down into a big rock hole, like, normally that would be a pretty boring fucking panel, but like the composition on this page is fucking rock solid, dude. Like, it's a cool page. Like, there's the way he did the rough shadows as it goes down into darkness. And then it's complemented by, like, the big swoosh, the flow of the crater itself. Like, yeah, no, it's good cartooning. It's fucking awesome. But just, like, story point-wise, like, Malcolm immediately thinks it's weird that Scourge is down there. Like, he's like, Scourge in the demonoid lair? That's weird. And Tootsie's like, nah, hoot and zoots, dude. I tracked him. He's down there. So, and then we have probably the funniest exchange in the comic.
It's a great exchange.
This is classic, dude. This is a classic Savage Dragon moment. Someone else do it. I feel like I'm talking too much.
No. I feel like you need to do it.
Do it.
It's basically, you know what, Malcolm's sort of like... Malcolm's like... Yeah, so, what's the deal with you and those kids? and Tootsie's like,
What?
They're my fan club, you know, like Captain Marvel's. And he's like, no, I just think it's kind of weird that you hang out with children all the time. People talk. Tootsie doesn't even know what he means. He's like,
Talk about what?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
He's like, talk about what? I don't know. After the accusations about Michael Jackson, people just assume anybody who hangs around with kids is some kind of pervert. And Tootsie says, "What? That's ridiculous. Why? That's ridiculous. People these days they're disgusting. That's disgusting." It's just good, dude.
Dude, even before that, I thought it was funny when he confesses that he didn't build the ship. It's like, why are you going to lie about it?
Yeah, just wanted to impress those kids he hangs out with all the time. I do think it's funny, too, really subtle, difference between Tootsie and Malcolm is Malcolm's using his cell phone as a flashlight.
He is.
And I'm pretty sure Tootsie is just using a flashlight.
He's not shooting a laser out of his hand. You sure?
I mean, it just got way more light than a cell phone. So I think it's cool. That's a really subtle touch because that's, what you would do. If you're from modern times, you would use your cell phone as your flashlight. Meanwhile, Tootsie is equipped and has an actual flashlight, so it's neat. That kept, not to be too on the nose, but like Tootsie literally mentioning Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
That's what made me think. I was like, oh, well, there you go. He didn't do the Captain Marvel Savage Dragon crossover, but like we're getting that moment right here.
I mean, don't forget, Dr. Savannah showed up like 2 issues ago.
Right, yeah. So I think it's funny too. Again, you get more like this issue. Really solid, like the contrast between Tootsie and Malcolm, because when Malcolm drops in the hole as the cave caves in beneath them, Malcolm says "shit," and Tootsie says "hoot and zoots." So really, solid. Like honestly, I like their chemistry together. Like I think they have a really funny thing together. Like the way they're. Even the whole thing, like, where Malcolm's like, you killed a lot of people, and Tootsie's like, and my ship.
Yeah, he keeps bringing his ship up the whole time.
It was funny. I thought that Captain Tootsie really delivered the comedy gold.
Yeah, definitely. I really got to say, I love the colors. Like, really, like, the hues of purple and grays, like, down in the cavern.
Yes, dude.
And the coloring of like the characters, it just nailed it this issue.
Yes, and even the back on the Hoot and Zoots shit page, there's a beautiful like change from the top of the panel where like the lights, it's all like warm oranges and lights to like as they fall down and like Malcolm loses his phone, it's all blue.
It's darker.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. It's good, dude. It's so good.
I love how like the orange hue like continues to the panel below it, like it looks like continuous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to make a whole talk about that, but it's a little bit pointless.
Well, go ahead, dude.
Well, I was
opinions.
I was going to say color tangent.
Oh,
because
I think it's okay. It works though because they're falling.
Yeah,
right,
I do
but it
too.
Seems like they're like falling through like a colored, a lit space and then into a darker space. I don't know. It's. I'm not going to say it's weird or anything. It's
but
just,
I think they are. They're more from like the higher up.
But it
going down darker and darker.
But if you notice in the top panel, it's darker above them. They're falling into the light, and then they're falling out of the light. If that makes any sense. Like they're falling into a bright spot and then falling out of it. I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to describe.
Tootsie clearly drops his light. I'll be honest. I don't know what the light source is in this.
It could be his dropped flashlight, maybe.
But it could be his light. But like, no, I think we literally see his light flying out of his hand, his left hand. I don't know what the light source is, but I will just say that I like. Oh shit, we're so stupid, dude. This could have even been Scourge blasting them.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because why would the floor just suddenly cave underneath them?
The weight of their bodies? I don't know.
You're right. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
I don't know. I just wanted to say color tangent, like that means anything.
I get what you mean, Jim. No, it does mean. I get what you're meaning. I just like it. I was just gonna say if that means anything.
I do like the exchange between Malcolm and Scourge, where you think they're just gonna automatically go into like fisticuffs, and then Malcolm just kind of talks to him, kind of like getting him to realize that he fucked up and he's screwed now.
I like how Malcolm calls him a cut rate overlord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of just coming right out and shitting on our dreams.
And then, I mean, there's kind of like a little hint of what's to come because
Right.
they're about ready to fight, and Scourge is like, no, wait, it doesn't have to end like this. Not here, not now, up there. And he's like, up there? I don't think so. So he's like, he keeps saying, not here. So it's like he's trying to, like, keep him away from something.
Well, he doesn't want him, down in the cave fighting. He's like, not in the cave. No, let's fight up there. And Malcolm, of course, it's funny because Malcolm immediately, draws in on that sense that doesn't make. He's like, no, we're going to fight down here, dummy. Like, we're going to destroy a lot of shit. Like, we're not fighting up there. And there's your preview. There's your spoiler to the end, little foreshadowing there. I just want to say, coloring-wise and panel-wise, the drooly Scourge mouth is awesome.
Yeah.
I think the spittle is sweet. And I do think it's funny that he called him, what did he say, you throw together an outfit with a spook face. It's funny, too. Funny just sort of nod on that. And then we get the page flip, the shunk.
So Malcolm sticks his finger, points at him, and just pushes it right through his chest cavity, basically.
Finger bang.
Tootsie's just like, you killed him. I have no idea where Eric's going to go with this, because now Malcolm just accidentally killed him. Looks like he wants to cover it up.
Yeah. He's like, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Peace. No one has to know.
Help me bury the body, Tootsie.
Get a shovel.
Yeah. You're not going anywhere, Tootsie. I got kids to feed.
Yeah, start digging. Dig 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unless you want to dig 2 graves, you're going to help me dig 1, Tootsie.
I do have to say, this is kind of the big change I was alluding to earlier in the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Malcolm is essentially a murderer now.
Basically.
And Tootsie's a witness, so how is this going to shake out? Is Tootsie's naivete going to come back and bite Malcolm in the ass?
Well, that is actually a building thread throughout the years, even. And it's funny because we were talking about... Okay, so full disclosure. My first reaction to seeing Scourge die, especially in such an easy way, power armor. Yeah, I was not happy.
Yeah, I agree. The whole point is he's wearing power armor. Exactly.
Bingo! And in such an easy... It seems like Malcolm... Because it's funny. It's like his finger's in front of him in the one panel. And then the next minute, his hand just goes through.
He just kind of taps him. He goes, whoops.
Yeah. It seems like, oops.
Well, this is Savage Dragon. There's nothing saying that that's the real Scourge.
Bingo.
Bongo.
There's a lot of ways it could go. That could be... And remember, we're dealing with a guy that fucking makes genetics and... Like, this guy could do... Anything could happen, right? However, let's take it at face value for a minute. I'm just going to... Because I'm just talking about, like, what I felt. Like, at first, I was like, oh, no, dude. Accidental murderer Malcolm.
Did it again!
Yeah. Yikes, gulp. I killed another fella.
I don't know my own strength. Hey, boo-boo.
But here's the funny thing. Is like you said, Jim, I actually arrived at the same conclusion. I was like, oh, wait a minute. There's your, like... potentially years-long build-up is it's like it's been a thing that Malcolm fucking does like for a while.
Malcolm murders.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Careful, son. Well, he definitely death's a solution to handle shit. Like Malcolm's...
I think what's important here is I really get the impression that Malcolm was scared, like legitimately terrified of this guy. Because
he did almost kill him.
He almost killed him. He almost killed Angel. So this guy's legit, and I think Malcolm's just sick of getting blown in half.
Yeah, well, a lot to lose, wife, kids. At the same time, Tootsie's reaction is surprising. Like like you said, he's not really like, he was a fucking dick. You're right. Let's get out of here. Like he's like, dude, he's got a family. What about his friends? Like, we gotta get him a funeral. And it's like, whoa, that is kind of weird. Like,
I'm pretty sure he just murdered all those people.
So, yeah, potentially you're right. Like, who knows? Like, Tootsie's the wild card here. Who knows if anything's going to really come of this? Nothing could come of this. It's funny, like, nothing could come of this. But at the same time, like, if something comes from this, it's kind of a weird and different build-up for Savage Dragon.
Right.
Because it has been a thing. Like, they have been like, dude, you know, you kill people a lot. Like, you kill people a lot. And he's like, even Dragon told him, he's like, you know, son, you kill people a lot.
And I've spit coins through people's foreheads.
Right.
So you know I know what I'm talking about.
So, yeah, I don't know. Just that's that. At first I was like, oh no, dude, Scourge got chumped out, dude. Chumped out. Chumpy death. Like a chumpy death. But it could lead to cool things.
I gotta believe there's something more. I don't want to give up on that fact. So my main gripe with Savage Dragon lately is what we've been talking about, kind of the day-to-day one and done issues, and I really, 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 really miss like the interconnectivity, and I feel like Erik's kind of dropped a good opportunity with like the demonoids. Like, the demonoids frustrate the shit out of me because they've been around for a while, but there's no like all right, so say with Atlantis there was like the Atlantean King, which was a cool character, or I don't know, like the Bug Riders had a leader. Like, I just felt like there was like cool leaders or characters that came out of these groups, and I just feel like the demonoids are just rando guys that keep appearing that, like, I have no care about them. Like, there's nothing that makes me care about the characters. Like, the guy that, raped Maxine or whatever, like, he was in one issue, maybe two, and then dead. And it's like, man, they missed such an opportunity to have, like, a demonoid leader that's been around now for 20 issues or whatever it's been. I just feel like he's missed opportunities to make these like villains that I care about.
And that has been the ongoing issue, is a lack of villains you care about, because this keeps happening.
For sure.
Now, say there was a king demonoid that Malcolm's been fighting all this time. Well, now that demonoid king has like blackmail evidence against Malcolm. Like, oh, I saw.
I'll go to the media, you know what I mean? Says the giant horned monster.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying, like. But I don't know. I just feel like we're missing like the kind of leader character with the demonoids that makes it interesting. Like, yeah, you can have a bunch of nameless demonoids, but without the one or two characters, like who was the guy that was with like there was like Dark Lord and all like the Devil Dog guys, but then there was like Rackham, which was kind of like the leader there. I don't know. I just feel like there should be like one or two recognizable demonoid guys that reoccur to make it feel.
Demonoids are a really bizarre element. I don't not like them like you don't like them, but like I kind of like, I do like them, and I'm really more interested in like what the hell's going on with them. They're in a weird place because they can be so different. Like, demonoids can be stupid and like caveman like, and then demonoids can also be articulate and even talk and like whatever else. So they're weird.
That's why I feel like it's directionless. Like, I don't know. I understand how much is that like by design, and how much of that is like we just need some throwaway characters. I don't know, but I just I'm not a fan like as of now, and they just keep appearing.
So let me toss this at you. Let me throw this at you.
They're not fun.
Here's a question. We do know in demonoid culture, test my memory here, tell me if I'm right, when you kill the like mate, you claim the like demonoid partner. Is that, we learned that in a previous issue back in Chicago when Malcolm killed the one cannibal demonoid. The demonoid woman was like, well, I'm yours now. Is that not correct?
I believe so.
All right, so story wise, let's just say it because I'm talking about it. Like, the partners, they come, some of them look pregnant, and I'm just saying you have to assume that Scourge, when he went down and killed the demonoid, he's like, no one attacks my city, and he roasted all the demonoids down there. And then his idea, he's like, can I just stay down here? I just want to stay down here, guys. Let me stay down here. I get the feeling that Scourge was shacked up with these demonoids, right?
Oh, what was your first hint? Was it their pregnant bellies?
Well, the point I'm making is that, the directionless demonoids that might have, there's enough direction for, potentially apply here. Malcolm killed Scourge. If Scourge was shacked up with all these things, now they're going to, want him to be their leader, or they're going to want, him to, or they're going to feel like they belong to him. What comes of that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like, I'm not shitting on what you're saying at all, Craig. I feel like, yeah, I get it. I get your frustrations. I feel like they are enough of an element, for me at least, that they're an interesting just part of the book. I like them better than remember the Uglies, how frequent they were for a while?
Right.
Yeah, but you had, I felt like with the Uglies, you had, characters that were discernible, whether it was the little girl or it was that other big fat guy that got cut in half with a chain or whatever.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't know.
I thought they were more generic than demonoids.
I mean, the Uglies were so generic that, think about it, Bud Ugly is the most generic character, and now there's a whole group of them.
Yeah. For a while, almost every guy, would talk about generic guys, almost every guy was a Bud Ugly, knockoff, a shitty Bud Ugly. And so... Yeah,
but at least the demonoids had an agenda. They were, guys that were mutated, and they needed the freak out. They had, a plight. Huh?
You mean the Uglies,
What
right?
I say? What did I say?
Demonoids.
Oh, yeah, the Uglies. They
well, you know
had,
what? I forgot
reason.
about all that plot with the chemicals in the water and She-Dragon getting transformed into a monster.
And then Malcolm.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, Malcolm.
They needed the freak
out.
out.
In fact, that's the last time we saw the junior VC kids. Was that during that arc? I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
So you don't think that this whole ownership of all these demonoid women, you don't think that's kind of a cool, interesting...
I think it could be.
Well, we'll see. I'm not putting all my hopes into it. We'll see, because I just feel like every time the demonoids have showed up, I feel like it's just a big battle against a bunch of demonoids, and there's nothing that really goes with it. They come up out of the ground, they fight them, and then they go back.
All right, question. I feel like you kind of answered it already, but so you said that what would help for you is recurring demonoids and a demonoid kind of leader. What else would you like to see from them?
I would like them to be fleshed out a little more. What's their goal? What's the reason?
Well, their goals,
what
they actually have an established goal. They're being driven out of the deep earth. They're trying to take over the surface because something down below is driving them out. And that is what's not been followed up on, is whatever's been driving them out.
They did for a while. Remember, they had fucking golems and gnomes and volcano people.
Yep.
That was a crazy ass double-page spread.
And we haven't seen any more of that in ages. And that is the interesting conflict, is that conflict that's been going on under the surface of the earth, which is causing all these monsters to come out of the ground.
Yeah, I think that there could also potentially be a big shakeup too.
I mean, imagine if there was an underground war and Malcolm got drafted into it and had to go through this big subterranean arc. That learning the different sides of the conflict. And
well, see, I would be down with that. But if it's just another demonoids come up out of the ground, fight with Malcolm, and then go back down into the ground, I've seen that.
Savage Dragon does Warlord or something.
In the next issue, the Solicitation, is he fights the Demon King,
yes.
Right? Which is some guy we've never seen before.
Exactly.
Presumably.
Really? I thought the next issue was Modern Warfare.
No, it's the Demon King. It's the one where all the guys are looking at their cell phones.
Yeah, that's Modern Warfare.
Oh, but that is the Demon King on the cover.
Yeah, the Solicitation is he fights the
deadly Demon King. Yeah.
Oh.
He's fighting a demonoid on the cover.
No, he's flying through the air. Oh, he is. Okay, I get the fist. Yeah, I was like, wait, no, what Demon King? I was like, there's no Demon King. It's the fist, right? Okay. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Isn't that cover just a fist knocking him over people with a phone?
No, hold on. Look it up.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm a dumbass. Sorry, listeners.
Larson has all the covers here. I just got to find it real quick.
Savage Dragon 247. All right, let's see. So that's the Demon King? Let's take a look. Oh, that's the Demon King? Okay, all right. Hey, you know what? Sorry, guys. I got a shitty memory. The only thing that stuck out was the people on their phones and Malcolm.
You were looking down just like they were.
I was, dude. Meta. Well, Craig, I'm not going to say you're wrong, dude. I mean, part of what I like is the mystery and intrigue. Like, here, they're just a persistent force underneath the earth. But yeah, I could see where you felt that way. That's fine. What about you, Jim? How you feeling about these demonoids?
I mean, I'm a similar opinion. I find them generic and boring, and when they could be otherwise. So,
well, question then. Gotta wonder then. With the deadly Demon King, you think he's gonna, and what is very likely, do you think he's gonna get iced in the next issue and that'll just be the end of the demonoids?
Don't know. But yes, I believe he will get iced.
Would that be disappointing to you then as a resolution, or would you like to see that introduce more depth?
I would like to see it lead to more, yeah. I don't want the Demonoid story to end, but I also don't want the Demonoid story to continue if it's going to, keep being just generic. Sorry, that's not the right word. Fodder. Being fodder enemies. I hate fodder enemies. Especially when they all look alike.
I think it's because
they're floppy dongs.
I think they look cool. So I'm kind of like there's more variety in them. Like I
said,
I don't
think there's any more or less variety than the Bud Uglies. I mean, they're all various combinations of demon appearances. Some of them got skull faces, some of them got horns, but they're all red.
At least they're more interesting. Like the Bud Uglies were just fin-eared with like black eyes and fangs, and these guys have different like hooves. Some of them are like real strong. Some of them have like crazy animal-looking heads. Like, I think these are better, but I get it. I'm not gonna fight it. Like, you guys feel how you feel, so that's fine. You know what? So
chicken butt.
I'm just gonna say, like, everybody seemed pretty happy with the issue. This resolution, like, where Scourge eats it so easy. I will just say, Craig, taking it back to what you said, I'm holding out hope that our man has some backup plan. Or something. Like he gets the fuck up and like that hole heals in his chest or something. I'm hoping, my hope, never mind the whole like dissatisfaction with the demonoids. Like, dudes, I don't want fucking the ride to be over for Scourge. So basically the Tootsie Malcolm exchange was kind of shitting on him being like a new overlord, basically. So I hope he just fucking comes up with something else. Like, be more evil. I don't know. Like, come up with some other angle or something. But,
what's fucking...
God.
Scourge has only been around for 9 issues. Yeah, that's nuts.
Right.
But it's been a long time. Like, those are some spaced out issues.
That's some lengthy survival skills in Savage Dragon to be a villain and be around for 9 issues.
Especially in the Malcolm era.
I think
the Sinister Sex Dolls have lasted longer.
They did.
I think what happens in 247 is going to judge how I feel about this issue in the long run. If Scourge is just dead and done, then I'm not that pleased with it. If there's something more and interesting, then I will see this issue as pretty favorable.
That makes sense. That's fine. I will actually say that even though I'm like, hey guys, demonoids are cool, I'm not too stoked on this. Like, I need to know, like, how the hell Malcolm just plows through that power armor so easy. There's got to be something to that. I mean, what? Like, when I flipped the page, that was not the... You know, normally you flip the page, you're like, oh! Like, I was like, what? Power armor... Power armor failed, dude. So, I hope there's more. To end on a positive note, you want a really awesomely colored, like, Malcolm face, like the one where he's explaining how scared he is, you know, the You've Gotta Believe Me panel. Yeah. That's another really super awesome Malcolm face. And I think Tootsie, even though he's a simply drawn cartoon character, I think all the coloring and rendering on Tootsie's face is awesome.
Yep.
So overall...
Do you guys...
See, this is what's crazy. I just flipped back to 337.
Uh-huh.
Scourge is taking
237.
Scourge is taking kicks and punches from Malcolm and Angel in this issue.
What I'm saying.
He's taking full on hits.
That's what I'm saying. Like this that's why I have to believe there's something else. I have to it is nuts to me if the finger to the chest was it. I just can't believe it.
I mean, Malcolm got Scourge up against a wall and punched him like 3 or 4 times in the chest, and that only just broke his chainmail. Barely. And then Malcolm got fried in half. Because you do. Although Scourge did break his arm, so he wasn't invincible. He felt it, but he still was a little... Oh, if you guys knew wrestling... Raven, you know wrestling, right?
I know wrestling. What's up?
It's the finger poke of doom.
It is a finger poke of doom. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Or like a Bruce Lee 1-inch punch, maybe. Yeah, the poke, dude. If Malcolm poked Scourge to death, I am not happy with that. Like
Scourge took a dive. He's faking.
He got jobbed out.
Jobbed out.
Got jobbed out, dude. Yeah,
making Malcolm look strong.
Make Malcolm look strong so that Scourge takes a hit so Malcolm can look like a beast. I don't know, dude. Like I said, I'm not down with how easy Scourge ate it at all. But I'm super cool with this demonoid twist. Like I
am also not super into the demonoid pregnancy thing because it feels played. He did this with the Bully Boys, only in reverse.
Oh, the Bully Boys.
Although I guess Rapture wasn't pregnant, but she was still a sex harm thing.
There's just a lot of pregnancies.
There's a lot of pregnancies and harems. I don't like harems.
Yeah, but what happens when a human bones a demonoid? We don't even know. Like, I think there's cool shit that can come of this.
I think your dick burns off, Raven. I think your dick burns off.
There's a few demonoids that look pregnant, so I don't think it burns off that fast.
What if you're wearing a super monster suit with realistic-looking flesh?
Ribbed for her pleasure.
Well, we just have to wonder how the Scourge suit dick works. Like, is it just like a
FINcast title?
An awesome condom that helps you fuck monsters? Like, I don't know.
That's why he got pushed to the chest. He was just so tired.
He was just drained. Before we fight, can I get a
suit drained?
Can I get a egg sandwich? Oh, dude, I don't know.
Did you guys read the letters pages?
I read the answers. I never read the full letters, but
Benny Haas's letter, in the third question he asks, it's been a while, so I figured give it another shot. Any chance we see Chaos and Control returning anytime soon? And Eric wrote, Chaos and Control are on their way. So I wonder if that's part of the Vicious Circle issue.
Could be.
Nice. Original Chaos and... because you got to think Control's got to be pretty old.
Yeah. I don't know. What'd you guys think of the G-Man backups? Good as always, right?
A pleasure.
God tier, dude.
The meta commentary is thick.
Yeah, my favorite.
I bet Raven can relate.
The convention ones.
The convention ones are fantastic. The burning building one, though, dude, that is hilarious. Oh my god, that is so funny. In 2 panels. That's a genius joke. But yeah, those convention things. Good lord, dude. You can tell that is a man who...
I would definitely support your Kickstarter campaign. And then the guy's like, whoop, 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 out.
I have a book right here. Okay, well, I have a book, though. I have a book here.
You know what you should do? You should start a webcomic. I have a webcomic.
Think about
it. Webcomics future. I have a webcomic. See what you do? You just do is put your comic on the internet. I have a webcomic. You should literally start making a webcomic. You're literally in my webcomic right now.
Yeah. Really oblivious.
You're my favorite cartoonist. I just wish you'd start working on something I actually like.
Dude, you know what? Okay, I'm glad you brought that one up. You have no idea how often you actually get that.
I'm sure.
People will talk to you and they'll be like, "Oh man, I just love your work. When are you going to do something different?" And you're just like, "Well, I mean, then I wouldn't be doing what you like, you know."
Will you sign this book for me? I shouldn't. I didn't write or draw that. Oh, come on.
Dude, the best one though, like one of the best ones is, so I'm saying that's where so many superhero movies and TV shows go wrong. They just don't respect the original comic book source material. Hey, look at this. What's this G-Man comic about? Who cares? It hasn't been made into a movie or TV show. I'm like, perfect, dude.
It's great.
Flawless humor. Yeah. G-Man. Overall, just give me some love. Did you guys leave more happy than sad?
Yeah, always.
Yes.
Good, that's all.
Honestly, I think one of the big things, the coloring really impressed me in this issue.
Hell yes.
I hope he sticks with it.
Absolutely. Hell yes.
I think there's a lot of newer things in this issue that upon second and third read, like, just made me enjoy it more. I love, like, we talk about the interaction with Captain Tootsie and Malcolm. I like that kind of comedy relief that Tootsie brings.
Oh, yeah.
I like the development more. I'm really interested to see where this is going with Maxine's character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's a major development. I'm really interested to see what happens with Scourge.
Mm-hmm. I'm rooting for you, man. Scourge, I'm rooting for you, dude. And also, I think, too, like, you guys made me think of the Tootsie as a witness thing. Like, it's real curious what Tootsie's going to do. It's not like he's Malcolm's best bro here. Like, he's genuinely horrified by that murder and Malcolm's attitude towards, hey, let's get out of here. like, who knows where Tootsie's going to go with this, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Jim, thoughts?
Yo. What are you talking about? I just gave you my thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Oh. I mean, I thought it was overall, good issue. Like, I have nothing additional to add. I'm disappointed in if this is Scourge done. That's bad. If the demonoids also no longer aren't followed up on, also bad. But based on just what's in this issue, it's fine. It's good. Looks great. Coloring's great. Good fights.
You know what I would like to do just for a moment? Speculate. Because
we haven't been doing that.
The way the demonoid, that wanted to bone Malcolm played out easily last time, and he's like, nah, you gotta go to jail. And so they just took her to jail. But you can't really you're gonna take all these, some of them are pregnant, you're gonna take all these demonoid women to jail? Does Canada even have jails that are, can handle, freaks and stuff? So, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't see an easy out with these, harem women that Malcolm will be inheriting. I'm curious.
I'm not. I hope that doesn't happen. Although I also hope it does.
They all go to jail, or he inherits the harem?
No, inherit the harem. That sounds awful.
Inherit the harem is a crazy thing when you think about really the ramifications there. Hey, Maxine. I know you're having physical intimacy issues. I just inherited a harem.
They won't stop bothering me.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a for life thing.
And they want to eat people.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's ongoing.
I don't know. Can demonoids be the one in Chicago? Can they be refined? Like, can they, eat hamburgers at McDonald's and be okay? Does it have to be people? Like, I don't know. It's cool. I think there's places.
Can they work at McDonald's?
Yeah. What's funny is a demonoid in Chicago really wouldn't be that big a deal because there's freaks all in Chicago.
Right.
A demonoid in Toronto kind of seems like it'd be a bigger deal. Plus, they kind of also attack the city. So they're in Toronto's shit list, I'm sure.
Go get their GED.
Night school.
Night school. Women's lib.
I don't know.
Craig, you've been quiet.
We'll see.
Okay.
I said my piece. I don't want to beat a dead horse.
All right.
Final thoughts.
Final.
No, I'm kidding.
Final
I'm kidding.
thoughts.
I'm gonna say we're at 2:30. We'll knock out Ninja Turtles 17 next time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Or we could just say we liked it and just roll.
I'd rather go a little more in depth on it.
I'm joking. I'm being a moron. You know what, then? I think that only leaves us one creepy thing. Savage Dragon 247, the Deadly Demon King. The build-up to Savage Dragon 250 begins here, you mere mortals. Introducing the maddening menace of the Deadly Demon King. A great jumping-on point for Boo readers. So there you go.
Thank you, Raven.
Happy Halloween.
Always a pleasure.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Good stuff.
So, as I said earlier, everyone, if you want to have any questions, comments, suggestions, beratements, you can send them to savagefincast@gmail.com. Leave us a message at savagefincast.com, where we have all of our episodes archived. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Twitter, Savage FINcast on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Savage Dragon TikTok.
Ask your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on your Christmas list. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll be back soon, probably with another retro review, maybe even an interview or two. We've got some things cooking.
Ooh.
Creepy.
Yes, creepy, scary skeletons. something.
Evil Jim out.
All right. Peace.
I am Nega Jim.